Yo, hi guys, welcome to Let's Talk Tactics. This is the Glasshammer gang in the house. As you can see guys, we're all here hobbying. We're trying to get some armies ready. David's working away on the wolves. He's doing a really good job. Simon's doing exactly the same with the Death Watch. I'm just working on the bases for the Death Watch because I decided to do this lava thing that takes me absolutely ages when Dan told me not to. And I probably should have listened, but now here we are, you know. Can't change time. But they do look a lot cooler, so. But they just take ages to do, ages and ages to do.
It's all time.
Yeah, I did one last night just to check if it was working, and it's come out pretty decently. It's come out the way that I wanted it to. I remembered how to do it from last time, which is the main thing. And yeah, that's what I'm carrying on with now. Dan is obviously working away on the website, trying to make it even better for whenever you guys go on there to order your stuff. And other than that, that's it really. That's what we're doing today. And today we're going to be talking about Blood Angels. Oh, everything all right, guys?
That's fine.
Yeah.
My display on here isn't working right, but it looks all good.
Oh, it's fine for us.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Martin
cool,
Versick says Manny.
Hey, Martin, how you doing, bro?
Sean Haynes in the group.
Hey,
Barry
Sean.
and Rich are here. Barry the Brutal and
Hello,
Rich,
everyone.
Rich
Oh,
the-
yes, Barry the Brutal and Rich the Resilient.
Yeah,
That's
they're in
it,
the
man.
house.
Good to see you guys, man. Good evening. Good evening.
Also, if you're watching on YouTube as well, hello.
Hello, yes.
Welcome
Hello,
to the stream.
guys.
So, we're going to be doing some hobbying, and we're going to do some Q&As, but first we're going to talk about...
Blood Angels,
Blood
man. We're going to talk
Angels.
about the Blood Angels. They
Blood
come in,
Angels.
guys. They come in. Someone has leaked a book online. I'm pretty sure you've all seen. It's in the competitive 40k chat. Is that the one? Yeah, it's in the competitive 40k Facebook group, guys. Someone's leaked a book, and I've just gone on and pinched all the pictures.
Martin says that I'm looking good.
Yeah.
I think he means the stream, but...
Looking
I'm
good.
looking... No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, he doesn't.
Oh no, I thought
No,
no,
it means you,
because
mate.
you're not on the screen yet, Dan. So I think he thinks Simon is you. Look, you're not there.
I am now hugely... I am now massively overweight, so I'm going to take any compliment that I can find.
Yeah.
You probably the thinnest.
Oh my god. Yeah, you are the thinnest out of all
Martin
of
says
us.
he misses us.
But mate,
Longest
your
time
red
I haven't
shirt
seen you in
looks
5
well
years.
orange, and your big old titties are out.
Aiden Brocklehurst. Hi, man. Hello, Aiden. How you doing? Hi, folks. Interested in your Blood Angels verdict? So, yeah, we've got a leaked copy of the book, and we're going to go through it. We've had a quick look at some of the units, and there's some spice.
There is some
in the
spice
book.
in there. There is some spice. We like spice. Oh my god, I'm just I keep looking at this because we've all got moobs now. Like,
Oh,
in
yeah.
lockdown. All of us.
Morbid
Like,
Martin.
you look at this,
No, I
we've
mean,
all
Dan.
got moobs.
Yeah.
Like, it's
we
mad.
look like hobbyists, like proper 40k players. Like, yeah.
Oh man.
Actually, before we start, we
Yeah.
should probably say this is David.
Oh yeah, guys.
Oh.
David has joined the Glasshammer team. David is doing content and getting armies ready and more content. We're working as hard as we can on getting the content for you guys. David is editing, and you know he's way better at it than I am. So that's why he's here, right?
Yeah.
So everybody,
That's
welcome
very
David to the team.
Hey.
He's joined the team. And he's taking Dan's spot. Dan's leaving soon.
Yeah.
So no one's gonna miss him. You know.
Dan's too.
I'm going somewhere where I can get more than 80p an hour.
Dan's too thin.
The
to
salt
be
emoji, guys.
Yeah.
The salt emoji. Oh man. But yeah, guys, let's get a start on these Blood Angels.
So where do we want to start? Do we want to start from the beginning?
Yeah, we'll start from detachment abilities. Let's go from detachment abilities. There is a really cool looking black page in here, guys. It's black because of Death Company. Yeah. Of course.
Actually,
Rich,
the lost
Rich
now.
says, "Tell me more."
The Lost,
about
yeah.
Blood Angels. I'm
We'll
sure
tell
Rich
you,
is
we'll
going to
tell
be
you.
brilliant.
Don't worry. Oh, Barry says welcome,
Yeah,
David.
Rich says welcome.
And so does Richard. David.
Hello? See, they know how to spell my name at least.
Yeah.
They couldn't spell my name in the previous office.
Martin says
Oh.
Dan's leaving. Yes. Well, we say leaving. He's
He's
Leaving.
No.
he's had enough of us.
People are getting excited. People are getting excited. They're like, yeah, boy, Dan's gone.
Dad is not
No.
leaving. Dad is not leaving. He's
I'm
not
kind
leaving.
of committed now. I
Yeah,
can't really
he's,
go
he's
anywhere.
too far in this.
Yeah. He read nothing before he signed up, guys. He's stuck.
He'd love to leave.
Yeah, he'd love to be able to afford to. Yeah.
So, guys, of course, we know Blood Angels have Red Thirst. That's just from the Marine book. It's one of the best ones, you know, I think from the Marine chapter tactics. Just having +1 to wound is massive. But then, of course, they get +1 to advance and charges as well, right?
Yep.
So I think that's pretty massive. And then there's a relic in this book which has stayed, guys. The relic that gives everybody +2 inches to their move characteristic when they move in the movement phase, that stayed, which I think is really cool because, you know, it doesn't say that it's not cumulative. So I think, you know, you basically got +3 to your advances, you know, and
Yeah, I think so.
+1 to your charge,
Yeah.
but it's like +3 to your advance.
Yeah, it just says
It's
every time you
very,
move,
very
so-
powerful. Yeah.
Usually it would say like in either the
This is
relic.
not cumulative,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, it
the
says
relic
it's not
or the
cumulative,
rules. It would
yeah.
say
Yeah.
cumulative.
Yeah.
Similar to the Sanguinors.
The Sanguinor, yeah.
That will come to later.
Yeah,
but
that's it. You'll
yeah,
see,
it
guys, as we go.
specifically says-
There are a few things that are not cumulative, but they mention each thing that's not cumulative. So I'm just assuming that everything that doesn't say it's not cumulative is cumulative. Right?
Unless they FAQ it. then
Seems
it's
legit. Seems legit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is the Blood Angel specific detachment abilities. So it's called Savage Echoes. Now, this is if every unit from your army has the Blood Angel's keyword, then they all get combat doctrines. Every unit that has combat doctrines, gets Savage Echoes. Now, Savage Echoes, guys, is really, really cool. Whilst the Assault Doctrine is active, each time this unit fights, if it made a charge move, was charged or performed a heroic intervention, so in the first round of combat, then until the fight is resolved, add 1 to the attack's characteristic of models in this unit. I think that's really, really cool. +1 attack? Just
attack.
+1 attack.
It's casual
Cool.
15 attacks per model.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, you're gonna see the amount of ridiculous attacks that different Blood Angel units can
we
get
came
to.
across something in reading earlier. We were
Yeah,
kind of,
guys, it's
we all
horrific,
kind
man,
of just
it's
went,
horrific.
that's very, very silly.
Yeah. Rich says, I can confirm, +1 move and charge makes 0 difference to certain players.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Nick
God.
McDade has joined. Hello, Nick. How's
How
it
you
going,
doing,
man?
mate? Good to see you, bro. Right, here we are. And then you've got the Lost rules, guys. If your army is Battleforged, then when mustering your army, you can upgrade up to 1 captain and 2 lieutenant units in Blood Angels detachments in your army to be inducted into the Death Company. That's pretty cool. Because before you could do it to everyone, and it would be silly not to.
Yes.
I remember when I went to the ETC and I took 3 Blood Angels characters,
Yeah,
guys. 3
they're
Blood Angels
all Death
captains, and they were
Company.
all Death Company. So now you can only have one captain in your army.
Forlorn
That's
Fury.
Death Company.
Yeah. But now,
Yeah.
now it also has a downside. It gives you bonuses, but also has downside, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has downside. Yes, it does.
Yes.
But it's points, not command points anymore. It's just 20 points for a captain and 10 points for a lieutenant. I think that's pretty cool. And then the following apply to models in units inducted into the Death Company. So these are the rules that they get, guys. A model inducted into the Death Company gains the Black Rage and Death Visions abilities, which we'll get to, guys, in the following pages. A model inducted into the Death Company cannot be your warlord and cannot be given any other chapter command upgrades. Important. A captain model inducted into the Death Company has its Rights of Battle ability replaced with the following ability, Rights of Rage. So it's the reroll hit rolls of 1, but it only works on Death Company core units rather than all core units. And then a lieutenant's the same. Their reroll 1s to wound for core units becomes Death Company core units only. Death Company character units are excluded from the company command rule. This means, for example, a detachment can include both 1 Death Company captain unit and 1 other captain unit. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Because he's not allowed to be your warlord, you can take a captain that's Death Company in the same detachment as another captain. Because normally you can't anymore, can you? You can only have 1 captain per detachment.
Correct.
So that's pretty cool that you can just do that without having to take another detachment to take your Death Company guy because he can't be your warlord.
Yeah, because
makes
you're,
sense that you
I
can just
think
put him
because
in the
you're
same
paying
one.
points now for the Death Company
Yeah,
rather than
yeah.
CP now.
Makes
I think
sense.
that's the trade-off instead. And obviously, like Dave was saying, there's going to be some trade-offs for taking a Death Company character.
Of
now.
course.
So they've lost a little bit of what they.
You're going to see, guys, those rules that I mentioned, they gain the Black Rage and Death Visions. They restrict them in ways which you'll see. Okay, so that's that. That's the little abilities there, the detachment abilities that we've gotten.
Martin says only works on Death Company and Death Company Intercessors
Death Company Intercessors.
because they have to be core.
What's that, sorry?
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
so,
Death
like
Company.
the rerolls
Essentially,
and
yes. So it doesn't work. Yes, you are right. It doesn't work on the Death Company Dreadnought, unfortunately.
Oh, yes, it's Death Company core units. Yep. Oh, is there Death Company Dreadnought core? Just assumed it would be because most Dreads are core in the Marine book.
I think because it's probably Death Company.
Oh, yes, same as the Wolf and Dread. Yeah, I totally forgot about that because the Wolf and Dread doesn't get it because they just go mental. So they're just like, screw this, I'm going.
Yeah.
I ain't being core. Core's boring. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The Death Company ones. Right, and then we've got some stratagems.
Oh, Barry asks, so Blood Angels could take 3 captains, 1 lost, 1 chapter master, 1 regular. Yes.
Yeah, you could take
Yes,
3
you could.
captains, just not in, of course, not in the same detachment. He can be in the same detachment as another one, but then the third one would have to be in a separate detachment. Yeah. But no, yeah, definitely, it's a good point. All right, stratagems, guys. They've got a page of nice, new, cool strats. We're just going to speed through these and see which ones work well with which units. So we've got Descent of Angels. Oh, actually, I think we should read through the units first, shouldn't we?
Yeah, let's go for
so
the
that when
units
we
first.
say what the units do, then when we come back to the strats, we can explain
makes
which
sense.
units
Why
they're
it
good for
works so
and
well.
why they're good for those units, right? Yeah, let's do that, guys.
Shall we start from the beginning and look at the HQ characters?
Barry, the chapter master would be Dante, but yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're going to take a
Yeah.
chapter master, it would probably be Dante. He's
Yeah,
cool,
it makes
man.
no sense to
He's
be able
so
to upgrade
cool.
to Chapter Master because they have one.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
so
the
cool.
point made, yeah.
Right, yeah, let's go to the units first then. Let's talk about those a little bit. So, data sheets. Here we are, guys. Oh! Guys, really cool ability, actually. This is what I want to tell you all guys about. This is really exciting. They've got a new thing, and it's really thematic. Really, really thematic. I think you'll like this, mate. Really thematic. So you got, of course, you got Black Rage, which is what Death Company get, and that is that's what the characters get when you upgrade them as well. So what they get is you cannot perform any actions. So that's the downside to it, because obviously they're blood hungry and stuff. And in your movement phase, they can't fall back because they're too engrossed in killing the enemy. But each time they fight, if they made a charge move, performed a heroic intervention, so in like the first round of combat, they get +1 attack. So this goes on top, because it doesn't say it's not cumulative. So this goes on top of Shock Assault. So you get +2 attacks for charging with Death Company. And of course, they get a 6-up Feel No Pain. So that's a Black Rage. But remember I said the characters, when you upgrade them to the Lost, they also get Death Visions? This is really fluffy.
Yeah, that's the best one.
So, because Death Visions are like visions of Sanguinius.
Yep.
Like, they see, like, the past and stuff. So, once per battle, when this model is selected to fight. So, that says to me, each character in your army can do this once.
Yeah.
Like, every character you've got that's got the Death Company. But no, the same Death Vision cannot be used more than once per battle. So, you've got to use, like, all the different ones. So, the first one is called On the Bridge of the Vengeful Spirit, which I believe is where Sanguinius he was wiping out everyone on his own until he got to Horus, right? So he was beating the crap out of
Oh,
everyone.
the bridge is where Horus is, right?
Yeah, the bridge is where the final
So he had to
fight
get,
happens.
I think he has to get to the bridge. And basically, in that... Oh, yes, here we are. Oh, yeah, it literally says, entering the bridge of the Ark, something, flagship, all that stands between the warrior and Horus are a hand of traitor legionnaires. A host of traitors. Yeah, because he has to go through the entire host to get to Horus. Yeah, so basically, if you use this, a model can only use this Death Vision if an enemy infantry character or monster character is visible to them. So if they're
It's
surrounded
like
by a
getting to them,
horde,
yeah.
and it's about getting to that guy, which I think is really cool. So you can use that. And when you do it, until the fight is resolved, add 1 to the model's attacks characteristic for every 5 enemy models that are within 6 inches of it. So if it's stuck in the middle of a horde of orcs, he just goes, right, I got +6
he does
attacks, let's go. Oh, that's so cool.
On top of his normal attack.
Yes,
on
on
top
top of his +2 that he normally gets for charging and being
on
black.
top of the +3 that
Yeah.
he's getting for
Mental.
Shock Assault, Blood
Yeah.
Angel, and Black Rage.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And then you go, also, each time that model makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit roll.
Yeah.
So they do just re-roll hits on themselves. I think that's so cool.
Yeah,
It's
he does
fluffy,
recs
isn't
for
it?
everyone.
He's trying to get through an entire horde to get to that dude. But that's amazing to have for free.
Thank goodness
You know,
that
for
is
free.
once.
Yeah, you can only use that once per game.
But it's not once per game per character, it's just once per game.
Once per game, yeah. But obviously, one character can't do multiple Death Visions either.
Yeah.
So if one character did that ability, the next character would have to do one of the other 2. So it's like your 3 characters that are Death Company would have to do the 3 individual ones.
Yeah.
You couldn't double up on any of them, which is quite cool. Then you've got the Grace of the Angel. This one's really cool. A model can only use the Death Vision if any enemy infantry character or monster character models are within engagement range of it. If a model uses this Death Vision, then until the end of that turn, this model has a 3+ invulnerable save.
That's really good.
So you just walk into a character and go, cool, I'll have a 3-up invuln
Yeah,
now.
because they took away 3-up invulns from almost everyone.
Yeah, so
now
it's
really
not.
good.
It's nice that that's a once per game ability. And then the last ability is called To Slay the War Master. A model can only use this death vision if any enemy infantry character or monster character models are within engagement range of it. If a model uses this death vision, then instead of making any attacks for that fight, both players roll off. If you win, select one of those enemy models. That model suffers D3 plus 3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So you just go, oh, here's my sanguinary priest. He only has a chainsaw. Or something. If you can make a sanguinary priest, no, you can't, can you? A lieutenant. You go, here's my lieutenant. He's just got a chainsaw, and then you go, oh, he's gotten into your Gilliman. Oh, when a roll off, your Gilliman just takes D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. It's pretty cool, isn't it? It's
pretty cool. He just goes to any character. He goes into like somebody else's captain and just goes, D3 plus 3. I've rolled 6 wounds, dead.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, it's an Archon. Just
he's really
chop
good.
him down.
You did kind of breeze past the bit where they cannot fall back, though, right?
Oh yes.
You were like, yeah, they cannot fall back, but then this is all they get. But not falling back is huge.
Yeah, this is what we said about the trade-off of being Death Company.
To the point of you just don't take them.
No, I think you still do take them. I think it just limits the way that you move. You just don't. You can't string out with Death Company anymore like you used to be able to. I think you have to sit in a ball. So if you get touched, all 10 of you fight.
Yeah,
So
you're
sorry,
within piling
just
range.
quickly. Martin asks, will you guys give some list ideas? Yes, I think you're probably going to do something soon with.
Oh yeah, guys, I'll
when
be
the book
writing
comes
a Blood Angel list. Like I said, guys, you know that wolf list that I wrote and then talked about in Let's Talk Tactics and put up. That wolf list is the one that we are using for our battle reports. To start with, so that's going to be in one of the battle reports coming up, and it'll be similar with the Blood Angels. I'm going to write a list. I'm going to post it up in the Elite page for you guys to look at, and that's one that I'm going to be working on with David and Simon to get ready for the battle report Blood Angel army that we're going to have. Because we want to show you guys the cool stuff.
Sean Haynes says I really needs lockdown to end so I can finally start playing. Most of this is going over my head. A lot of this is like it's a lot of like rules and text and stuff we're going through.
Yeah,
we're not going to know how any of this really performs until we put it on a table and see how it actually does.
Definitely.
And we're not going to see any like super meta lists until a lot more people start playing tournaments and we can start to see like where.
Yeah, definitely. It's the tournaments that set the meta.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
Well, we can have a rough idea of where it's going to go from the books at least. So that's the main thing.
But yeah, no, I agree that the not being able to fall back, it is big, but I think if you're gonna take them, they have to kind of be together. Like you've got to go in a ball.
Yeah,
but that does really limit what you got to do,
I
right?
think you still take that one unit for the
Yes.
for the move before the game.
I think so.
But like taking characters and stuff, that Death Company or multiple units, you just don't do it.
No, I don't think you take multiple units. No, I think you only take the one. And characters, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure because you can make some of the characters really beastly.
Well, we'll touch on the characters in a minute because actually some of the special characters are really good now.
Yeah,
so some of them are really worth taking now.
But it's like that
I
kind
think
of
the
thing?
Smash Captain now. I think that's slowly going away completely now.
They made sure that Smash Captain is not
because it could be quite cool. Imagine if someone was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna charge you with 10 guardsmen to kind of like hold you in combat."
Yeah.
Because you've only got like 6 attacks, and I can like take my morale on D3 and stay alive.
And you can't.
And then you just go, okay, I'll have like plus 3 attacks because there's bloody 10 of you, and then you've charged me in shock assault and this and that. And you're like, oh, I'll use that. I'll use the on the bridge of the Vengeful Spirit to get +1 attack for every 5 of you as well.
Yeah, but then you can.
And you just wade through them. So I think you could kind of
hilariously
get out if people try and trap you.
Starty's chainsaws.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
-1,
yeah, just get Teeth of Terror and get all those bonus attacks. You chop through chop.
Oh yeah,
that's a big thing as well. Now you can take relics from the Marine book, so you can put Teeth of Terror on him, and then he gets +3 attacks for having
get like
Teeth of
10
Terror.
attacks or whatever.
So you can make one of them.
It'd be quite hilarious just to see how many attacks you can get on one guy.
Yeah.
And if you get into something tough, you just do D3 + 3 mortal wounds.
Yeah,
It's just like,
that's really cool. That is, man. I think the Teeth of Terror on one of the. Could you imagine? Because I think a captain has 4 attacks. Is it base?
4 base.
So a captain has 4 base. +1 for charging would be 5. Plus another one for charging and being Death Company would be 6. From turn 3 +7, and then Teeth of Terror 8, 9, 10. You'd have 10 attacks plus whatever you got, however many guys were around you. That is so cool. With the teeth of
With a
terror.
unit of
Oh
30,
my god,
with a
that's
unit of
beast.
30, 16
Yeah,
attacks.
If you just go into cultists or orcs or something, you just go, yeah. Or Tyranids, the guns.
Teeth of Terror. Martin says Teeth of Terror on a Sanguinary Priest. Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty funny.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
He also
The not
says
being
most
able
of
to do
them
action
have
is
already
pretty big.
are already been worth taking. Yes, most of the characters are already pretty good, but
They're even better.
yeah, some of them are pretty funny.
But I also think I don't think there's much that can go into a Death
Oh
Company
yeah,
unit.
Martin
and
makes a
hope
very
to
good
survive
point.
either.
So you'd be the Solid Chainsword, so -1 AP, but also you +1 to wound.
Yeah, +1 to
Yeah.
wound.
So you're on 2s and you're wounding.
Most things on
Any horde on
because
2s.
your strength. Oh no, I think isn't T the Terror +2 strength now,
Yeah, even,
or is
yeah,
it just +1? Whichever.
Well,
It's strength 5 with +1 to
well,
wound.
even with a
Against
chainsword,
any horde you're wounding
even
on
with a
2s.
chainsaw,
Yeah, but
because you're strength 4 and then you're +1 to
Yeah.
wound, so you freeze 2s.
Oh man, that's
really
pretty
good.
mad.
That with a
And
lightning
it's
claw.
so cheap, isn't it? Like just Chainsword Captain. It's
Oh
not that
yeah.
expensive.
Oh man, that's pretty damn nasty. That's pretty.
Oh,
damn
that
nasty.
with
I
a pair
like
of
that.
lightning claws.
Oh, and you can.
Oh
yeah,
no.
Pair of lightning
Oh.
claws.
Do you get the +1 attack for him as
But
well?
Yeah, yeah. For
Lightning
each claw.
Yeah.
So now
and
if you
reroll
take 2 lightning
plus
claws,
+1
plus
to wound
2
and
attacks
reroll
now.
your wounds and
It's
twos
mental.
of
And you can have
rerolling
Descent of Angels, right? So you can, with Descent of Angels, you have rerolls to hit as well. Like just
Yeah,
flat.
yeah.
just drop.
Man, this is crazy. This is so
Oh,
good.
that's pretty funny.
I love this.
Yeah,
so
that's-
so.
That's
cool.
the challenge. That's the challenge,
So,
just to
so
see
cool.
how many attacks you can get on one go.
Yeah, yeah. Right, moving on to the data sheets then, guys. We've got Dante. Dante's pretty cool. He's only toughness 4, but he's got 6 wounds and a 2-up save and a 4-up invuln. He's really, really tough to kill. And if you make an attack against him, you subtract 1 from the hit roll. It's pretty cool because it's the Death Mask of Sanguinius. I thought it was melee, and I thought I read it wrong because you know it's a death mask, so it normally works up close. But it just says each time an attack is made against this model, subtract 1 from that attack's hit roll. So that's even from range.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah,
So
range.
I think
combat, he
other
just minus 1 to
sanguinary
hit.
units have it in combat, but he must have it like
I
in general.
think so. Yeah.
I think that's
that
his
is it.
special one. Because
Yeah, I
obviously
think
he's the
so, yeah.
master, which would make sense.
Yeah, and if he's your warlord, you get an extra command point. And then, of course, he's got the chapter master ability and the rights of battle, which is reroll 1s. And he's got this really cool thing, Epic Hero of the Imperium. Once per battle, if this model is selected to use an epic deed stratagem, that stratagem costs 0 command points. So he can use he can use a stratagem for himself to do an epic deed, and it's free. He doesn't have to pay for it once per battle. I think that's really, really cool.
There's some actually not bad indeed strats later as well, I think.
Yeah,
That would
they're
certainly
pretty good.
worth, well, certainly worth getting for free.
Yeah, and then he's got an Inferno pistol, which of course is a melter pistol, and he's got the Axe Mortalis, which is actually really, really good now. He's +3 strength, -3 AP, and 2 damage. So he's strength 7, -3, 2 damage, and Dante, guys, has 6 attacks base.
Yeah.
He has 6 attacks on his profile. And then, of course, he'll get +1 for charging, and then, like, +1 from turn 3 as well. So he'll get, like, 8 attacks on the charge.
Yeah.
That's mental for Dante. Really, really good. Gabriel Seth is Flesh Tearers. But he's a lot of points now. A lot of points. Let's have a look why. So he... Oh, he's got 6 wounds. Gabriel Seth has got 6 wounds.
He is a chapter master.
That's
So-
pretty bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah, he is a chapter master, I believe.
Wow. Yeah, he is a chapter master, and he's got the rights of battle. But then he's also got the Whirlwind of Gore ability. At the end of the fight phase, if this model is within engagement range of any enemy units, it can fight again.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my god, that's really good. Well, he has Blood Reaver, which is his double-handed chainsword. They've made that really good. So he's got 5 attacks base. They've made it strength ×2, -2, flat 3 damage.
Flat
His
3?
chainsword. And there's no minus hit with it.
How many
so
attacks does he have?
5 base. So 6 on the charge, 7 from turn 3. He's got 7 attacks, strength 8, -2, 3 damage.
And on 6 is his extra AP as well, I think, right? Because it's flesh
Because of Flesh Terrors.
And fights again.
Yeah, it's -2, 3 damage, and he fights twice for free.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's insane. Whirlwind
How
of
many
Gore,
points
that
is
is really, really... He's the most, I think. I think he's the most expensive
200
character.
something.
I'm not sure. We'll see when we get to it.
I have a friend who's a big Flesh Tearers player. He's going to be really happy when he sees this. So.
Yeah, this is awesome. Oh. Yep. So you've got that. And then he also has Lord of Slaughter, which is an aura. While a friendly Flesh Tearer's core unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack on an unmodified wound roll of 6, the damage characteristic of that attack is increased by 1. Oh my god, this is why Seth is expensive.
Yeah.
But that's so we're gonna see Flesh Tearers, guys. I think we're gonna start seeing Flesh Tearers on the board because he's just wicked. People around him, they reroll 1s to hit. One unit gets full rerolls to hit, and whenever they roll a 6 to wound, is +1 damage.
Okay.
All units within 6 of him,
Can you
and he fights twice.
Oh yeah, you can take Sanguinary Guard with Flesh Tearers anyway, can you?
I think so.
It's
Yes.
advantage of-
Yes. That's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh, Gabriel Seth, guys. I think Gabriel Seth is going to be making a massive appearance in this edition. Then we have the Sanguinor. The Sanguinor is really quite cool, actually. He's got some cool abilities, but he has been nerfed with one thing as well.
Oh yeah.
So his aura of fervor, it's called now, that has been nerfed. Before, he just used to give Blood Angel units within 6 inches of him +1 attack all the time. Now, while a friendly Blood Angel's core or Blood Angel's character unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time the unit fights, until that fight is resolved, add 1 to the attacks characteristics of models in that unit. This is not cumulative with the additional attack granted by the Shock Assault ability. That's a massive nerf to the Sanguinor.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That's a massive nerf to Sanguinor. Before, you just used to give +1 attack. So when you charge, you'd get +1 attack for charging and +1 attack for being within 6 of the Sanguinor. Well, not anymore. It doesn't work in the first round of combat because you'll be using Shock Assault.
Yeah, you still get a lot of attacks, but it's just
It just sucks.
you
a
just
little bit.
remember you lost that extra one. You're like,
Yeah.
It just
And
means
then-
that you basically get +1 attack throughout combat. So
Yeah.
if you're in combat for any reason, you still get the +1, which isn't the world's worst thing. But
Oh, yeah, he's decent. You know, he's got 5 wounds still. He's got a 2-up save, a 4-up invulnerable. He's really good. And then he's got Angelic Visage, because obviously he's not as important as Dante. So each time a melee attack is made against this model, subtract 1 from the hit roll. So he's -1 to hit in combat, which is quite nice because he never had anything like that before. So that's really good.
Sean Haynes asked, "How much red have you got in stock for me to start repainting my army?"
A lot.
Plenty.
Yeah, man.
Plenty.
Flesh Tearers, man. Oh, gonna
Yeah,
be really
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Gabriel said, I
We've
can't
got
believe
that
that.
corn red on standby.
I can't believe that.
Do you know the Mephiston red spray?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Honest to God, we've had 11 cans of that in stock for months,
Yeah.
and now we've got 2.
We should get them off the ship because I will need them.
Amazing.
In the past week and a bit, we've got down to 2.
Amazing.
It's almost like something red is coming.
You can tell people are
weird.
gearing
Oh, it's
up
probably
for
orcs
it.
then.
Can't believe it. Can't believe it. But yeah, oh, you know, I was reading through the points earlier, and I went through Dante, and I think he's like 170 or 175. And then I read Gabriel Seth, and he was more points. And I was like, why the hell is he more points than Dante? But that's ridiculous. Reroll 1s to hit. He's a chapter master for 1 unit. He's strength 8 -2, flat 3 damage, and he fights twice automatically for free every time he fights, basically, if he ends in engagement range of enemy units. And then also, Flesh Tearer's units within 6 of him, whenever they roll a 6 to wound, add 1 to the damage of their attack. That's,
that's
so
so good.
bonkers, man.
Because you get so many attacks with Blood Angels.
Oh my god.
Mine says his other ability makes up. Yes.
Oh yeah, it does, guys. So, the Sanguinor's other ability, Miraculous Savior. At the end of the heroic intervention step of your opponent's charge phase, so after your opponent's made all of their charges, if this model has not yet been set up on the battlefield, and if any enemy units finish a charge move within engagement range of any Blood Angels units this phase, you can set up this model within engagement range of one of those enemy units. This model counts as having performed a heroic intervention in the turn it uses this ability. That is, so he is going to come down when people don't expect it and butcher the crap out of something. That's so good.
Is he got 6 attacks basic?
No, 5 attacks basic.
So 6 when he pops down, because he counts as heroically intervening.
Yeah, that's what it is. 6
And then
with
+1
shock
to
assault.
wound.
+1.
With his
Yeah,
dumb
he's
power
with his
sword.
Encarmine broadsword. He's strength 6. Strength 6 with +1 to wound, -4 2 damage.
Yeah.
Each time an attack is made with this weapon, unmodified wound roll of a 6 inflicts a mortal wound in addition to the normal damage. He's a monster.
So he just goes, and Primaris be gone. And just mows him down.
He is really good. Really good.
-4.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like-
so ridiculous.
Like you thought Celestine was good, and then he's just like, watch me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then Dan, he's not it's not like we thought. It's not the first time your opponent makes a charge. You don't have to do it the first time your opponent charges,
No,
so
it
they
just-
have no control in it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
just
when
say
an
that's
enemy
one of
makes
those.
as long as he's not been set up yet, he can just come down.
I was saying is it should be, I think, the first time that an opponent charges, because then at least you can do something.
But then I think his ability would be useless, wouldn't it?
I think it's too easy to bait it out then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
Our
at least
charges-
your opponent could do something about it.
I don't want my opponent to be able to do something.
At any point, a unit's gonna get dicked by a Sanguinor coming out of nowhere and ripping them apart.
But I think it's one of his only 2 good abilities now, though. Like,
That
the
is his-
plus
that
1
is his
attack has
thing.
changed. The plus 1 attack is not cumulative with Shock Assault anymore.
Yeah, so he doesn't.
The
really-
plus 1
effectively
attack
doesn't
you
really
get
do
from
much.
being within 6 of Sanguinor.
It's
So that's big.
it's very much you go in there and kill something, and that's kind of his job. He's very niche now.
Yeah.
He's like a counter charge unit, which
Yeah.
is strange.
Because he
So
used
it's
to
just
be
strange
out
for somebody who's basically a very offensive, abilities. And once he's on the field, I mean, he's not the toughest in the world thing in the world to kill.
Yeah.
He's got 5 wounds, toughness 4, 2 up save, 4 up invuln. So, but his -1's only against combat. So once he's killed everything in combat.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. He's good. And this thing, he's
Oh,
got.
actually, I just had a thought. He comes down in your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
So in your turn, you could do what you want with him.
Oh yeah,
If you really want to, you
So
can.
if you kill the unit that's
Oh.
did anything, he's like, oh, thanks for the.
Don't even need to kill them.
Yeah.
Check this
So,
out, guys, because he's got the Avenging Angel as his second rule.
Yeah.
This model is eligible to declare a charge with, even if it fell back this turn.
Yeah.
So he just comes down, heroically intervenes, slaps someone, stops them piling in and fighting into what they wanted to fight into. Then he slaps the crap out of them a little bit. And then he flies off, falls back, and he goes, "Go on, lads, you go charge back into them now and kill them." And he goes off and fights something else.
Exactly, but on top of that, he can do that if he's set up in reserves. So
Yeah.
he can come down, slap them, and then if he's turn go on the wings of fire, and he goes back into reinforcements.
Yeah,
Because he drops down next at the end of the next movement phase.
that was what I was going to say, guys. There's a really cool strat.
He's like,
Because
yeah.
upon Wings of Fire now, basically, when we get to it, upon Wings of Fire isn't pick up and redeploy anymore. It's you go back into reserve to come back later on.
Oh,
So you go back into reserve.
Yeah, he
and
just
then,
drops down and leaves.
Alternatively, what you could do is, if the things you're in combat with haven't died,
Yeah.
you can go, okay, I'll fall back, and
Yeah.
I'll charge that unit again. Oh, and now my order's giving all of these guys an extra attack in the next round.
Yeah, that stayed
yeah,
in
yeah.
combat. Yeah.
And if they
that's
stay
really
in
cool.
combat.
That's
So that's
really cool.
also quite good. So
Yeah.
you can actually tie stuff up. Actually, combo as well with Dev Company, because they can't fall back.
Yeah. I will say, though, guys, Miraculous Savior, you can't do that multiple times.
Oh,
So
you cannot.
so he comes down, then you put him back into reserve if you want with Upon Wings of Fire, then he drops down and charges again next turn, but he can't drop down with Miraculous Savior again,
Oh.
because it says if this model has not yet been set up on the battlefield.
Oh, I see,
But
so
he
they
already
thought about
was
it,
set up
yeah.
on the battlefield once, so he can't do that multiple
Oh,
times.
it's a shame.
Could you
I
imagine?
was hoping you could
Because
just use
come
it
on, guys,
constantly.
the fluff is that he comes whenever they need him, right? Like when they're in their darkest moments, he just arrives out of nowhere, doesn't he, and starts like kicking the crap out of everyone. It'd be funny if he dropped down on the battlefield and went, kick the crap out of all of this. All right, now I've saved you, I'm gone.
it
10
would-
minutes later, he's like, shit, over there, I'm gonna come back.
Well, to be fair, it would basically make him immune.
Yeah,
It
he
would
just
make him
drops down.
unkill. Yeah,
That's
then
what I was
I'm off,
thinking.
see you later, boys. And it comes up down there and kills someone
yeah.
else.
Oh my god, if he could do that.
Can you imagine
multiple
it? It's just
times,
like,
that
go
would
on, charge me
be
a day.
Yeah.
Barry says, go easy on me next game, Rich.
Rich might have to dust off the Sanguinor. Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
he's cool, man. Barry, that's jokes. He ghosts in, trashes something, then he's like, later's. Yeah, that's exactly it. And I think that's the best thing about it. He comes in, he fights something, and then he could fall back and go into something else, while the rest of your army comes in to deal with that unit then properly, which I think is really, really cool. He's a toolbox. He's a proper toolbox character, which is really, really cool. But then the rest of Avenging Angel, guys, so he's eligible to charge in a turn in which he falls back, but he can also heroically intervene 6 inches. So that's really cool. Heroically intervene 6
I mean, if
inches.
you can heroically intervene from not being on the table.
Yeah, he basically just heroically intervenes because he wants to. He's like, I'm here.
No. I am in this combat, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Oh, and guys, this is massive as well. Corbulo. Corbulo is
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
awesome now, guys. Absolutely awesome. So Corbulo's never been that good, really. He's basically a sanguinary priest, isn't he? Essentially.
Yes.
But he's a named character, and of course he has the apothecary keyword, but he also has the chief apothecary keyword. So he is a chief apothecary, And of course, he can heal a model D3 wounds, but he can do it twice. So he can heal two different units, D3 wounds each turn. But then he also, of course, has a Narthesium, so he gives 6 up, feel no pain to everyone within 3 inches of him. But then the Red Grail. Guys, this is incredible. The Red Grail aura. What would you not give for White Scars and Space Wolves to be able to have a character that did something like this?
Yeah.
Check this out, Dan. Ridiculous. The Red Grail, right? It's on an Apothecary, who is already one of the most broken models in Space Marines. While a friendly Blood Angels core or Blood Angels character unit is within 6 inches of this model, if the Tactical Doctrine or Devastator Doctrine is active for your army, then each time a model in that unit makes an attack, the Assault Doctrine is considered to be active for that attack.
Oh,
instead.
yeah.
So from turn 1, Assault Doctrine. Yeah. That is horrific.
It's nice. It's nice because the Assault Doctrine's always been the sucky one, right? Because you have to wait.
You've got to wait to get
to
to it. That's
so
mad.
It's a nice way of... Even though I think they... Oh, we were only talking, weren't we, about the... Because we've already done like a kind of review of the Death Watch, isn't it?
Yeah.
That they have so many doctrines to use.
Yes.
And then they just choose when
they just choose them. Yeah.
Why can't all Marines do that? That was their opportunity to fix doctrines right there, and then they come up with the good idea, and then they
Death
went,
Watch only.
"Oh no, just give it to Death Watch." Then.
Oh, you're gonna get it in the 10th, so.
You what, sorry?
You're gonna
You'll
get
get
it
it
in
in 10th.
10th edition, yeah. You just have to wait a little bit.
So you come up with the idea, and then you still screwed it. You still messed it up.
I don't know, man, because I think the way that they've done it is to try and go with the tide of the battle, right? The flow of the battle.
Yeah,
so like
you
at the
drop
start,
down,
you're meant to be
shoot,
fighting from far away, then you're meant to be sort of closer, then you get
Advancing,
close
yeah.
quarters kind of thing.
That's how they explain it.
I think they've kind of tried to do it to go with the tide of the battle.
Owen-
But I agree with you. That's actually a really cool way of doing it. Because Death Watch, that's such a cool ability for Death Watch now.
Yeah,
That's so
cool.
cool.
It's amazing.
So cool.
So Owen Bizzles joined chat. Hello, man. How's it going? Corbulo can't bring dudes back to life though.
No, he can't bring... Oh.
Not for free.
No, it's a
No,
stratagem.
not for free, but he still can, guys. He is still an apothecary. So he can still bring guys back from the dead. It just costs you a CP. It's not for free.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Because a chief apothecary who's got the... It's got to be... You've got to have the father of... Is it the father of the future?
You're one of those
Yeah.
warlords.
No, selfless healer. You've got to have the selfless healer warlord trait, which is the chief apothecary specific warlord trait, which of course Corbulo can't take. That's what lets you bring models back free of charge. He could still bring them back. It's just 1 CP, I think, because he's still a sanguinary
Marta
priest.
says, dude, he used to have 2+ Fiona paying back in 7th. He did, but it was on himself,
No.
I believe. I don't think he gave it to anybody else. I think he just had it on himself.
Yeah.
I think they've made him an actual like useful apothecary now, rather than just
Yeah.
being like super like good at not dying himself.
Yeah.
Which
I'm
is
not
really
having
should
a
be
jump
keeping everyone
back.
else
I
alive.
think they've balanced the Red Grail though. The fact that you can be in the Assault Doctrine from turn 1,
so good.
with the fact that of course he's only infantry, right? And he's a
Yeah.
named character.
He has to run after
So
all the
he's
fast
got
guys.
to run after all the fast boys. He can't like he doesn't have a jump pack or anything.
He can
like
buy
that.
It's
the
fine.
Marine.
You can just sit next to, I don't know, something from the Marine book that has 4 wheels and a melter gun, and goes, "Oh, well, these 2 units of them will get wounds back a turn. Oh, one
Yeah.
died. 1 CP. No, it's
That'd be
not.
horrible. Oh my god. Bloody Corbulo. He's really good, guys. I really like him. Then, of course, you have a Sanguinary Priest, who's just a generic version of Corbulo, basically. And they do have the Blood Chalice, which is 1 unit can do what the Red Grail does. You know, because obviously his is a special chalice. So they have they can make 1 unit act as though it's the Assault Doctrine, which is quite nice. Mephiston. I still really, really like Mephiston. Not much has changed for Mephiston. He still knows 3 powers and can cast 2. He's still toughness 5. He's got 6 wounds, of course. He's still got his 5 of feel no pain, which I think is really good because there aren't many things in the game. If you notice, guys, there aren't very many things that have got a 5 of feel no pain anymore, are there? Things are losing their 5 of feel no pain.
Yeah.
The Dark Angels thing, their 5 of feel no pain is gone.
Yeah.
There was Death Guard, disgustingly resilient. We think is basically a 6-up now as well from a 5-up. This has
Owen
gone to a
says,
6-up.
Owen says Blade Guard vets with Corbulo.
Yeah, Blade Guard vets would be really good.
Actually,
with
that's not a
Corbulo.
bad idea. I mean, if you could take an Impulsor with like Blade Guard vets, like 5 Blade Guard vets.
But Corbulo cannot get in. because he's
Corbulo
not
can't go
Primaris.
in. Yeah, he has to run behind because
Oh,
he's too
good, he's not-
small
because he's
apparently
not-
to
yeah,
fit in
good
the seat.
point. Yeah, completely forgot. He's non-Primaris.
The belt would be too loose, so
Yeah.
you know, safety first.
Yeah.
He's
So,
a baby carrier.
can't get
Yeah,
in.
that's a good point. Yeah.
But yeah, so you've got Mephiston. And Mephiston moves 7 because he's a bit quicker than everyone else, and he is like Master Vampire, which is awesome. He's Strength 5 and Toughness 5, which I think is incredible, man. So good. He's got 6 wounds, of course, 2 up save, 5 up feel no pain. Still doesn't have an invulnerable though. It's quite disappointing, isn't it?
He never did though, did he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. He still doesn't have an invulnerable.
He just takes it.
But of course, he's a librarian, right? Librarians don't generally have invulnerables.
No, not usually.
But it is Mephiston.
I think they are reducing the amount of invulnerable saves in the game, and what has an invulnerable save now isn't like ridiculous now.
But I mean, usually whatever has invulnerable is just the meta because of all the AP. So
I suppose he does have a 2 up save and a 5 up feel no pain still, so he is still really tough.
2 up armor is still really good.
And Vitaris is still awesome. His strength times 2 minus 3, but it's still D3 damage. I wanted to see that. Even if that was 2 damage, I would rate it a lot more.
Yeah.
I think
I wanted it to have
because
flat
he's a
damage.
librarian, it's technically a 4 sword. I think that's just a trait that's inherent.
But it's Vitaris, man. He's strength 10.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful sword. He's strength 10 minus 3 D3 damage. I really like it because he wounds pretty much anything in the game on a 2+. Right? He's strength 10 with plus 1 to wound.
It's hard to not get 2+.
So good. So good. So yeah, Mephiston's
Yeah, because
really
I'm
good.
trying to think if there's anything like GW that's toughness 9.
Guys,
right?
we've got a bottle of drink in here. I'm getting really
There is bottles of drink. Down.
Awesome. Oh, thanks, Dan. You hero.
Do you want to just bring a few of them and we'll...
Thanks, bro. To do
Should be
what do they
prepared.
call it? Hierarchical
Hierarchical filter with select filter type.
Hierarchical filters.
Hierarchical filters,
I
guys.
don't even know how the hell you say that word.
Do you know what they are?
Hierarchy.
Yeah, a hierarchy is something that goes
Hierarchical filters,
from
that's
down
the
in.
way.
Hierarchical, yeah.
Right.
Hierarchical.
David?
I've got one.
Amazing.
Cool.
Hierarchical, yeah. I suppose that's something that goes in an order, right, of importance.
Yeah, in hierarchy. That's
Yeah.
That's what Dan's trying to figure out.
See, what I want it to do though is, I want like a place where it displays all the subcategories, and if you choose Games Workshop, it shows you all that subcategories. Then if you choose Magic, it shows you all their subcategories.
Oh, interesting.
See, it's all fancy.
Yeah, Dan's smashing the
how
website out, guys. He's making it really, really cool. Back to Blood Angels. More important stuff.
Yeah, this is the boring side of it.
Yeah, Dan does the boring side of it, guys. Libby Dreads. Guys, Libby, I don't know what to make of a Libby Dread.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he's got him better. I don't know if he's got him worse.
Is it any cheaper or is it the same?
I think he's about the same points. But I don't know what to make of it because I'm pretty sure Libby Dread only had 3 attacks before, didn't he?
I'm
3 attacks
sure
base?
he did have 3 base.
But they were really powerful.
Yeah. But now, I don't know what to make of it. So, basically, he's toughness 7, he's got 8 wounds. That's the same as always. He's strength 6 base, which is the same as always. The problem to me is that he's now weapon skill 3+. You know, he was 2+ before. So I'm not sure what I think about that. That's a nerf. But of course he has the Duty Eternal. So whenever you hit him with something, you reduce the damage by 1. So that's really cool. But the way his weapons work now he has 4 attacks base. So he's gained an attack, I think. He's got 4 attacks base. But he has to make them with the Furioso Fist. So before, you would always strike with the Furioso Force Halberd. The Force Halberd used to be minus 4 AP. It used to be plus 4 strength, so his strength 10, minus 4 AP, and then flat 3 damage. It's now plus 2 strength only, so makes him strength 8, minus 3 AP only, but the damage is D3 plus 3, so the damage is 4 minimum now. Whereas it used to be 3, and now it's 4, 5, or 6 the damage. However, each time the bearer fights, it makes 1 additional attack with this weapon, and no more than 1 attack can be made with this weapon. That's massive. You can only make 1 attack with that weapon. It's the D3 plus 3 damage to halberd is, guys, but you can only make 1 attack with it. Then the rest of your attacks have to be made with the Furioso Fist.
Martin says, they did, Manny. You should know. You won an ETC with it.
They did what, sorry?
3 attacks.
Oh, 3 attacks. Yeah.
Or maybe that's why he won. Because he didn't.
No, yeah, I had 2 in my army. I thought they were really, really cool. The way that I ran my Blood Angels detachment last year was horrendous. I had pretty much all guardsmen. I had like 1,400 points of guardsmen. And then I had 3 smash captains and 2 Libby Dreads, like in a Supreme Command. Back when you could just take a detachment full of characters.
Yeah, that was
You
ridiculous
can't
because
bloody do
I
that
played
now.
Knights, so it was like a ton of stuff, and Smash Captain just behind the walls, like, yeah, come on.
Yeah,
invoke.
it was crazy. I played one game at the ETC, guys, against 3 Imperial Knights, and I managed to hide all 120 guardsmen. I had 120 guardsmen, and I hid them all.
This is nightlife.
It was funny. It was proper funny. Really, really cool. But yeah, guys, so, I don't know. He used to have 3 attacks base plus 1 for charging, so he had 4. But now he's got 4 attacks base, plus 1 for charging, which is 5, then plus 1 that he makes with the halberd. So he's got 6 attacks now. But he's hitting on 3s.
Jason's joined the chat.
On
Hi,
average, he's
Jason.
got more damage potential, right?
Yeah, he's got more damage potential. But he's hitting on 3s. I don't know, man.
Can you
I
make
don't
him
know.
plus to hit? Because I know he can
Possibly.
do the other units.
Possibly. There could be some stuff in there that makes him plus 1 to hit.
Yeah.
Could be. Right. But of course he can still cast 2 powers, which is really cool. So he can still do wings on himself, which is nice. And then quickening. So he can give himself plus D3 attacks, which is always nice. And then yeah, he can do wings. Now wings has been changed, guys, and we will get to that. But it hurts a little bit. Astrath has pretty much stayed the same, but he's lost the really cool rule on his execution as Axeman because he used to be damage D3. Now I actually used to like Astrath being damage D3 because he was damage D3, but if you rolled a 6 to wound, it was plus 1. But then with the Blood Angels, because it wasn't unmodified, on a 5 or a 6, it was plus 1 damage, so it was really, really good. But now he's flat 3, which is really, really good anyway. It makes him very reliable. He's strength 6, minus 3, flat 3 damage. The executioner's axe is really cool.
He's a little more consistent now.
Yeah, but his Mass of Doom is a litany now.
Isn't it an ability?
Sorry?
Isn't it an ability?
No, it's a litany. He has to chant it now.
So it has to actually go off. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. And now, to answer your question, David, this is a way that you could make the Librarian Dread a bit more efficient. You can take Astarath and stand him next to the Libby Dread and do the Mass of Doom, because it just says, if this litany is inspiring, select one friendly Blood Angels core or Blood Angels character unit, which a Libby Dread is. Yeah. And then you roll a dice. But this is where it becomes really dodgy.
Oh, you can.
On the roll of a 1, merciful execution, Astaroth just turns around and rips your Libby Dread through the middle.
Yeah,
On the roll of a 1, 1 model in the unit is destroyed, but obviously if it's a character, it's just dead. But they still get plus 1 to hit. So, it's worth it on a big unit.
He's dead, but he's got plus 1 to hit.
Yeah, but maybe not on a character. But on a 2 to 5, they get plus 1 to hit, and on a 6, they get a 4-up Inven and plus 1 to hit.
So,
that's massive.
So when you
Perfect for
roll
money,
dice,
yeah.
it's good for money.
Yeah,
Money's lovely,
basically,
Blood Angels.
if you believe, guys, your Libby Dread will have a 4-up Invulnerable and plus 1 to hit.
Oh, but are you gonna use Wolf Dice or the new Blood Angels?
Wolf dice, obviously.
Oh,
That's not gonna
it's
work.
a little heretical there.
That's not gonna work.
And then we've got Lamarty's, of course, just buffs Death Company as always. The Blood Crozius is cool, strength 6, minus 2, flat 2 damage. Oh, what's everyone saying? Boo, 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 boo.
That's not what they're saying.
Richard says, litanies, Dan.
Oh yeah. How can you get the litany?
Yeah. That's the thing. Oh yeah, you can't be a super chaplain anymore, can you?
You can.
Yeah, you can.
Master of
Not for Blood Angels, you can't, can you?
Oh yeah, you could just take a chaplain, right? Because they're in the Space Marine book. People keep forgetting this, I keep forgetting this until I think about it as well. Like Space Wolves, Blood Angels, and Death Watch. Death Watch is a big one. They're all in the Space Marine Codex now.
I don't think Dark Angels can they? Because they get their
Take
weird...
what? Sorry.
They've got interrogator chaplains.
Super chaplains.
Oh,
I think
chaplains.
They get interrogator chaplains. So, yeah.
They can still take a super chaplain.
Okay. Oh, that's fine then. So I can at least try and get my litanies off.
Yeah,
On a
but
2+.
it's not a reroll. It's on a 2+.
That's even worse.
And you just roll
There's
ones,
no way
don't
it's-
you? So
I prefer the reroll.
yeah.
Yeah,
don't
you can't
mind that.
reroll it, can you? Because that's not
you
one of the
can't-
things
no,
that you.
can't reroll it. But
That's huge.
if you take a chief, a Master of Sanctity now,
Oh, there's a
of course
strat.
you can do 2 litanies, but you can sacrifice it for a turn if you really need, say, +2 to charge.
Yeah.
And you can go, I'll spend 1 CP, and I'll get 1 for free. I'll just do 1 litany
Yeah, that's
automatically. But then you can only do 1 that turn.
See, some people can
Yeah,
choose.
it's fine.
Some people have
Yeah,
to.
you just choose which one you
That's
want
the
and
way
go,
I do
I'll
it.
auto have it.
As long as I'm not rolling a dice. That's the way I'm going to go.
Ash has joined the chat. Hi, Ash. How's it
All right,
going?
Ash, how you doing,
Hello.
bro? Good to see you.
I did say that. Don't know if anyone heard. Jason joined the chat earlier. Hello, Jason.
Hello.
Hi, Jace. Yeah, guys, Tycho is terrible. Always has been.
Oh, Martin's saying Lamarte's only buffs Death Company.
Yes, yes.
Lamarty's
Oh,
only
that
buffs Death
sucks.
Company.
I think it's the theme that if you're a Dev Company character, you only
buff-
work with
yeah,
Dev
you
Company.
buff
He is
Death
a
Company, yeah.
Death Company.
That's the
chaplain.
drawback of being Dev Company.
Yeah, he is a Death Company chaplain. You know what I mean? So I think it goes. I think it goes.
That's kind of always been his shtick, though. That he's Astaroth is the chaplain that buffs everybody
No,
else. and then
his
Lamarty's-
shtick was everyone can have reload to charge and just have fun.
Astaroth. No, Astaroth buffed Death Company as well. I thought so.
Yeah, because he is their chaplain.
He is their Master of Sanctity.
Astaroth is their Master of Sanctity. So that's a cool thing as well to know, guys. Is Astaroth has the Master of Sanctity keyword?
Yeah. Ash asks, so how many power fists am I taking off my Sanguinary Guard? And did I do good keeping all the sword sprues?
You take
Yeah, you did, boy.
Yes.
Yeah, you did,
So,
boy. You want all the swords, baby.
So yes, you do want swords,
All the
and
swords.
We'll get to that in a minute as to why.
it's what we're on right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Tycho's crap, guys. Don't take Tycho. That's all I want to say about Tycho.
free coaching advice.
That's annoying. That's annoying.
So there's one for free for you.
And the next unit, Sanguinary Guard. I am really, really happy with the way that they've done Sanguinary Guard. You know?
yeah.
So happy with them. But Ash, you are right, mate. You don't want any power fists. You want all swords. All swords. They are so good now. The Incarmine sword is ridiculous.
It's
+1 strength. Now that power swords are +1 strength, it's massive, isn't it?
so
They're +1 strength and they're +1 to wound. Strength 5 with +1 to wound. You wound knights on 4s. Why do you need a power fist?
Yeah.
and your AP -3 and
AP -3, flat 2 damage. It's so
Ash,
reliable
Ash
now.
said, like I said to you guys, Tycho is already dead in the fluff anyway, so no loss,
Yeah,
no loss
yeah.
there.
Yeah, they reflected in the rules. So,
Use your elite discount. Yes, if you guys need a Sanguinary Guard. You guys are all your elite. You're already elite who are watching this, so
Yeah.
lots of discounts on
Yeah,
Sanguinary
make
Guard
it
if you need
work
them.
for you.
Yeah, guys. Sanguinary Guard, man. I'm telling you.
To be fair, though, you probably don't need too many of them. You probably only want 30.
Yeah. I've got 30 in my
You
list,
probably
guys.
just need 30.
Yeah.
that's only half your army.
Yeah. So only the
They're
maximum
really,
amount you
really
can
cool,
literally
guys.
take.
I think the best thing about
Actually,
it for me is
31.
the fact that they're flat 2 damage.
It's
Because they
so
were D3,
big.
and I think 2 is awesome. 2 is awesome.
Yeah,
So reliable
being
now.
+1 strength now is
Yeah, being
so
+1
good.
strength is just incredible, guys. It's just incredible. Strength 5, -3, 2 damage, and then of course, if you buy like Corbulo,
Yeah.
you can be -4 straight away.
Yes.
Strength 5, +1 to wound, -4, 2 damage.
Just casually ripping through everything.
Yeah, it's incredible. And guys, important to note, Sanguinary Guard have gone up to 3 attacks base.
Yeah, I was going to say they've gained an attack.
So I don't think it's that bad that you're going to miss the Sanguinor's aura because you've gained an attack.
Yeah.
You've got 3 attacks base +1 for charging. You'll have 4 attacks instantly. On a unit that's strength 5 with +1 to wound. Oh man, -3 flat 2 damage. It's
10-man
so
squad.
reliable now. They're so good.
40 attacks.
40 attacks.
Plus
40
all the
attacks.
other stuff.
And
Plus
then
all
turn
the
3,
others.
another +1 attack.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Really, really, really good.
So good. And then of course you can make them +1 to hit, right? By standing them next to
They've
Warlord and
stayed,
stuff. And oh yeah, Warlord, yep.
they've stayed
So
2
plus 2.
wounds. They have stayed 2 wounds.
Yes.
So they're
Yeah, they have stayed 2. I thought they were going to change to 3 wounds, you know. I thought Sanguinary Guard would become 3 wounds.
But for
Because
their
they're
points,
essentially like the Blood Angel version of Terminators. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can still take Terminators, but they are their elite unit. Do you know what I mean? It's like Death Company are basically like Wolf Guard, say, right? But then Sanguinary Guard, like, they've got Wolf Guard Terminators.
Yeah.
You don't have Sanguinary Terminators or Death Company Terminators, do you know what I
They
mean?
are-
good custodes.
yeah, they
But these are basically
2
there.
up armor, which is still quite
Yes.
unusual for a infantry
armor.
unit.
It's because they wear artificer armor, haven't they? They
Yes.
always
Yes.
have. So
yeah,
yes, they have a 2-up save.
but it's still quite unusual for just an infantry army to have like an infantry unit of 2+ armor save guys.
yeah,
Unless
yeah,
you're
it is.
taking like a storm shield to
No,
buff
no,
it, just
yeah,
naturally
unless you
2+
take something
is
to
quite nice.
buff it. Yeah, naturally 2+ is really, really cool. Especially on a core unit.
Yes.
It is core.
Sanguinary Guard a core. That's massive, guys, massive. But they do have an ability now, Angelic Visage. I really like this.
Yep.
Each time a melee attack is made against this unit, subtract 1 from the attack's hit roll.
Yes.
It's like the same as the
That's the
Sentinel.
death mask, basically.
Yeah, that's the death mask. That's
But what's
so
interesting
good.
now is that that's just a rule for them.
Yeah.
The death mask used to be an option
10 points or
for them for
something,
10 points, but that's just in their rules now. So they just always have it, which is
And
kind
they're
of cool.
they're cheap for what they do. That's
Yeah.
that's the best part because they didn't gain a wound. But if they did, they'll be more expensive, I think. But they're just stayed cheap.
Yeah.
They didn't gain a wound.
Yeah, they're cheap enough to just spam them,
Yeah.
easily. Yeah.
Yeah. If you could get more than 30, you would.
Yeah, that's it. And this is the thing, guys. Heirs of Azkilon is their other ability. And I think that's wicked because before, it used to give rerolls to hit while you were within 6 inches of your warlord.
Yeah.
But it's changed now. It's +1 to hit within 6 inches of your warlord. So they hit on 2s.
They're like space wolves, aren't they?
Man, they're so good.
They hit on 2s basically always, and
Yeah.
they wound on +1 to wound, so they're like better space wolves.
Yeah, they
And
are.
rerolls to hit isn't exactly difficult for these this army anyway. To be fair,
Yeah,
they've
it's
got
not-
characters who are fast to keep up with them to give them the rerolls.
Yeah, you could
So-
reroll ones.
so
if
hitting-
you just make that guy your warlord, the guy that's going to be running around with them, he can give them
Yeah, right
plus
to
1 to
battle.
hit and reroll 1 to hit.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So they're hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, guys, and they're with however many attacks they've got. Strike 5 +1 to wound,
Yeah.
-3. That's your damage. That's
so
what
a
you want,
10-man
guys.
squad
That's
is
what you want.
40 attacks basic. No, 41 because the sergeant has an extra attack, doesn't he? Still.
No, because you're just a sanguinary guard, aren't you?
Oh, they all just yeah. So 40 attacks basic before you start giving them.
Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, guys, that's 39 hits. So against a knight, you should do an average of, if you roll 1 under average, 19 wounds, which is 38 damage.
Yeah, just
That's mental. 38 damage to an Imperial Knight. What?
Barry says, "What's this heresy? Better Space Wolves. Sack this guy already."
Sack this guy already?
luckily Dan hates
Better
space,
space
wolves,
wolves.
so I'm safe.
Oh, Martin says, and this is very important. It was all models wholly within 6 inches gave rerolls. Now it's units within 6 inches.
Yeah, no, it should be
yes.
units
So you
within
don't have to try and
6 inches.
squeeze the
Really
warlord in the middle.
Really, really
Nice.
good. I really like Heirs of Azkilon. It's really, really good. Really, really cool. So yeah, guys, that MVP unit for Blood Angels is Sanguinary Guard, guys. So I mean, they're not massive guys riding wolves like Thunderwolf Cavalry. So they're not as cool as Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Ash says,
but they're good. They're cool.
Ash
They're
says
cool.
AP -4 and 5 attacks in the Assault Doctrine. Yes.
It's so bonkers, isn't it? So bonkers.
Aidan Brocklehurst. Hello, man. How's it going? I like when my opponent has -1 to hit because my Repentia gives 0 cares.
Yeah. Yep.
Vic has started watching. Hello, Vic.
Hey Vic.
Hi Vic, how you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. Right, what's going on? Oh, Vic's asked a question.
Did he?
Sanguinary Guard 30 points versus Vanguard Vet Shields plus Cores 28 points. What do you guys think is better for Blood Angels, or run 3 units of each?
So in my opinion, Sanguinary Guard are better. Sanguinary Guard are better than Vanguard Vets. But I would still take Vanguard Vets in the army.
Yes.
You know, I would still take...
So would you run 3 units of Sanguinary Guard and 3 units of Vanguard Vets?
Yeah,
So
I think
for
that's
both?
what you were saying.
but my Vanguard Vet... Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier to David anyway. But my Vanguard Vets would just be 5-man units.
Oh, Kaffel Mulvina says, going to watch this back in work tomorrow. Hope you're all keeping well. Thank you for watching, man. And
Yeah, thanks for
enjoy
watching,
the
bro.
show of the VOD
Hope
tomorrow.
you enjoyed it, yeah.
Can you still put double chainsword on the Vanguard Vets?
Double chainsword and Vanguard Vets.
Oh,
yes, I
I think-
believe so.
I think you can.
I believe so.
Yeah. Just
I
replace
believe
one
so.
weapon with a chainsaw, and then you replace another one with a chainsaw. But
Yeah.
yes, I think that's still a thing.
Because you'd have the Sanguinary Guard there for the 2-up save.
Yeah.
And then instead of why put the Storm Shield on the Vanguard Vets? Because they're just doing the same job then.
To make them more survivable, man.
Because you
4
want
up
them to...
invern, 2 up armor, put them
you
on
want-
terrain for 1
Yeah,
up
you want them to
save.
hold objectives. When Sanguinary Guard is doing God's work, you want them to sit back and
I mean,
just take
also- I suppose if you-
Why take Vanguard Vets if they're just going to sit on objective?
Because they're going to bully people off objectives, aren't they? They have a lightning claw.
Yeah, but intercessors can do that. though.
Storm shield and a lightning claw.
Yeah,
better
but
than intercessors.
Intercessors with all them attacks and +1 to wound. You don't
Why
think
would you do
intercessors
that?
can do that?
Oh, you mean the Div Company ones?
Intercessors are 100 points for 5.
Yeah.
These guys are 140 points for 5. You pay an extra 40 points, you have a bucket ton of lightning claw attacks.
I mean, to be fair though, you could
and a 2 up save and a 4 up invern. They're better than intercessors. A lot
40
better
points.
than
It's fine.
And
You
they've
just
got
for
no
5 of them.
if you're just Manny, you just take Astaroth and you go, I'll do my litany 6, 4 up invulnerable save, and then you Sanguinary Guard.
Hey!
I suppose you can think.
No, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
if you're
don't
gonna go-
understand why take a combat unit and just sit on an objective.
Because if something
Because
is
they're going to
close, you
be
kill it.
bullying people off objectives. That's what they're going to be doing.
Yeah, because they're a threat. If you've
they're
got
a
5
threat,
intercessors, they will just come in and...
You see,
there's
for me,
No one's
I
scared
would
of
be
5
taking-
intercessors, are they?
See, what I would do is I would take Vanguard Vets with 2 lightning claws and be like, come at me. Because I think it's funny.
But then the bolter shots hurt.
That's fine. You just put the Sanguinary Guard close and go, which one do you really want to put?
I think Storm Shields, guys. Storm Shields and Lightning Claws are the way to go on them, on the Vanguard Vets. I genuinely do.
Maybe.
I just think you need some sort of range threat.
Oh, some sort of range threat. Yeah, you do need some range
You
in
do
your
have
army.
both pistols.
You do have both. No, Sanguinary Guard, guys.
They've got the
Sanguinary
Angelus
Guard.
ones.
What? The Angelus bolt guns have got better. They've gained 6 inches of range.
Oh, really?
The guns on the Sanguinary Guard now are 18-inch range. Assault 2.
I need to apologise. Apparently, I butchered his name. Is it Cahill? Cahill Mulvaney? I'm just going to just...
Cut Hill.
So, yeah, sorry. I apologise.
Ash says, agree with Vic there. HI Strat.
So, apparently,
Yeah.
Heroic
Vanguard...
intervention.
Heroic
yeah.
intervention.
Heroic intervention.
Yeah.
So they can heroically intervene.
Sanguinary
6
Guard
inches.
can heroically intervene 6 inches. That's massive.
They
Yeah.
can heroically intervene 6 inches.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
unit
that's
of Sanguinary Guard.
Yes.
Unit.
It's only 10 of them.
Yeah, I agree with Vic. The heroic intervention strat is massive. Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, it is. I think the Sanguinary Guard are slightly better than the Vanguard Vets, and of course, I think they do more damage personally as well because they've got a better AP and they're flat 2 damage. So I think that's why I think they're better than the Vanguard Vets.
Martin says...
But I would be taking multiples. That's what I'm saying, guys. I'd take 30 Sanguinary Guard and 50. The thing is, if you take 30 Sanguinary Guard, 3 squads of 10, then 15 Vanguard Vets, 3 squads of 5, it's only 420 plus 900, 1320. It's 1300 points. It's 1300 points.
Martin
of your army.
says, no, Dan, you don't need range when you play Blood Angels. You're right. Absolutely, you don't need range. All your anti-tank is going to be up in your opponent's face.
Oh my god. You know, I'd be really tempted, guys, to actually go like 3 units of 8, say? Like 3 units of 8 Sanguinary Guard, 3 units of 5 Vanguard Veterans, which is about 1100 points. Then put like 3 characters in to make it up to 1500 points, and then take 6 ATVs. How's that for range, Dan?
Oh, yeah, because you've got the healer.
6 combat units, you've got an apothecary, just take 6 ATVs. That's good, isn't it? I think that'll do.
That is some range.
That is
I
some
agree.
range. Oh, that's pretty mental. Yeah, so guys, Sanguinary Guard, man, they're my MVP in this book.
Whoever asked, there's your Blood Angels list that we were going to do. That's sorted for you.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that, guys. A Sanguinary Ancient, guys. The chapter banner. In your command phase, select 1 friendly Blood Angels core unit within 6 inches of this model until the start of your next command phase. Each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to that attack's hit roll. Which is quite nice, actually, because it means your Sanguinary Ancient does not have to go with whatever you want to go for. Do you know what I mean? Like, your Sanguinary Ancient just gives them the ability in the command phase, and then they can go off, and
Yes.
they just get +1 to hit.
Yeah, that's the
It
good
doesn't
part.
have to go with them
He
anymore.
like buffs them and is like, go.
Yep, and then it goes go.
So
that's
I
really
assume,
cool.
though, that the banner has gone for them, though. Wasn't there a special banner it could take?
Yeah, 5 of Feel No Pain.
Yeah.
That's no longer a thing, guys.
Yeah, that's gone.
No longer a thing, which is a bit sad. But hey, I think everyone's losing 5 of Feel No Pains, man. So, you know, I think that was coming. Oh, Vic, 3 times 5 Sanguinary Guard, 3 times 5 Vanguard Vets, and 3 times 5 Inceptors. Nice. That would be cool. That would be really, really
Yeah,
cool.
that could work.
Right, the Astartes banner. Oh yeah, he gives +1 leadership, and now like models that die on a 4+, they can either shoot with a weapon or 1 attack in combat. I don't know about the Sanguinary Ancient anymore. I don't think he's worth his points.
Losing that banner with the 5 of Feel No Pain has
Yeah.
hurt him quite a bit. I think he's lost his kind of...
Well, the ancient, even without the +2 move.
This is the thing. The +2 to movement is massive. +2 to movement on Blood Angels units within 6 inches. But I don't know if it's 130 points. Massive. He's now like 120, 130, but where he was like 65 with a jump pack. Now he's like 125, 130 points.
It's like half the squad.
Yeah, just think how many more
I'm not
Sanguinary
sure.
Guard you could take for that.
Yeah, exactly. You could take 4 more Sanguinary Guard. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about him, guys. I'm not sure about him anymore. Death Company Dreads are pretty cool. Of course, they are Death Companies. They can't do actions. They can't fall back or anything like that. But they do get Duty Eternal, which is really cool. They're not core because obviously they're Death Company. They got 5 attacks base, and I think, guys, I think you take Blood Talons on them, not Furioso Fist. Just take Blood Talons, dual Blood Talons. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, you can reroll the wound roll. That massive lightning claws go. Strength 10, -2, flat 3 damage lightning claws. So good, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
I really like them.
They're really cool, and guys, amazing. You can give them a Magna Grapple, and a Magna Grapple is really cool. Each time an enemy vehicle unit, excluding aircraft, is selected to fall back whilst it is within engagement range of the bearer, you can engage the bearer's Magna Grapple. If you do, roll 2d6. If the result is less than the strength characteristic of the enemy unit, it can fall back normally. Otherwise, it cannot fall back, and it must remain stationary instead. So essentially, you just lassos this bloody vehicle, whatever the hell it is, an Imperial Knight. He just chucks this massive grapple over it and goes, "No, you're not going anywhere." And then he just starts chopping the hell out of it. I think that's a really cool ability.
Witches are looking at it going like, I thought that was our thing, you know.
Yeah, so he's like, I can't fall back because I'm Death Company, but if I can't fall back, then you sure as hell can't fall back either. You're staying here with me. So I like Death Company Dreads. They're cool. Death Company Marines, like we said earlier, I think Death Company Marines are only worth it for the one squad to Forlorn Fury. They're not that good. They're a lot of points, guys. A lot of points. But I would still take one unit for that threat. For that threat of being able to Forlorn Fury and smack someone in the face turn 1. That's really cool. Used to be Grav Pods. Now it's Vanguard Vets and / or Plasma Inceptors. Yeah. Yeah, it used to be Grav Devs, man.
Grav Devs are no more.
Yeah, Grav Devs are no more. Very sad.
F in chat for Graph Devs.
Yeah.
I sold them just in time.
Yeah, guys. Oh, Death Company Intercessors. Here's the thing, guys. Check this out. Death Company Intercessors are an elite's choice because, of course, they're Death Company. Check this out. You're going to like this, Dan, with your whole Intercessor love. And you loving the fact that Intercessors can chop through stuff, right?
Second.
You can give Death Company Intercessors, as you'd imagine. All models in the unit can have their bolt rifle replaced with an Astartes chainsword. So you can have a heavy bolt pistol, which is, I believe, what Blade Guard have.
Yep.
And an Astartes chainsword. So basically, you can be Death Company Assault Intercessors.
Yep.
Cool thing about this. Death Company Intercessors have 3 attacks base. So you have 3 attacks base. You charge, so you get +1, so you got 4 attacks. Then you get another +1 for charging for Black Rage, so you get 5 attacks. Then you get +1 for having Astartes chainsword, so you've got 6 attacks. This is without any character support. They just run in with 6 attacks each.
Yep.
Just
Because of
base.
I think the Assault Doctrine is 7 as well, right?
Yep, if you're in the Assault Doctrine, 7 attacks. Yeah. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? Like, for some Intercessors. And guys, they're 24 points a model. So they're only 4 points more than a normal Intercessor. And of course, you get +1 attack when you charge. They're obviously they're blood angels. So they get +1 to wound as well.
Yep.
With all these multiple attacks they're getting.
Yep.
But then also, of course, in the Assault Doctrine, you're -2 AP as well and +1 attack. But then also you got a 6 off your pain. Because you're
Scary
Death
unit.
Company.
Oh,
Scary.
That is actually really cool. For 4 points on a normal Intercessor, they actually are a scary
I
unit.
just wish they were OPSEC, imagine.
Yeah, now if you're going to have somebody holding your backfield objective, because if someone drops in, you want to run into them, just a unit of 5 of these would be amazing. 30 attacks.
30 attacks.
Just from turn 1, 35
If someone doesn't know,
from
it's
turn
like,
3.
oh, are these assault intercessors? And you're like, yeah, basically. And then you drop down and it's like, yeah.
They're basically assaulted.
You're like, they're Death Company Assault Intercessors.
Yeah, they're
guys.
assault intercessors, but Death Company.
So cool.
But obviously, with all the extra attacks we can stack on them from other sources,
They're super
They could
intercessors.
be horrible.
they're ridiculous.
Definitely.
They don't need to know that until you charge.
And then the last few things, guys. We have a Furioso Dreadnought. Furioso Dreadnought, toughness 7, 8 wounds, same as all the other dreads. It also can have a Magna Grapple, which is really, really cool. Duty Eternal, of course. If this model is equipped with 2 Furioso Fists or 2 Blood Talons, add 1 to its attacks characteristic. That's pretty cool. So it goes up to 5 attacks, the same as like the Death Company one. And like I said, just Blood Talon. Take Blood Talons. Definitely. They're really, really good.
I love the frag cannon. I think the frag cannon's fine.
The frag cannon.
Yeah, it's
The
pretty
heavy
fun.
frag cannon. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's heavy 2d3. Strength 7, -1, 2 damage. And it's blast. It's pretty decent.
It's
I
only
just like
-1
mine in
though.
combat, man. Yeah, it's only -1. That's the only thing I don't like.
Why
about
would you play Blood Angels and get the shitty Dreadnoughts?
it. Yeah, you need a combat dreadnought, don't you? Not
Well,
a
it's
shooty
fine because you
dreadnought.
can still take Redemptors from the main, the main book. So
Yeah.
with this stupid plasma, a dumb.
Cole's Wrath.
Yeah, it's Cole's Wrath.
And then the last unit, guys, we are on
Salty
to the
Knight Blade.
Ball
That's what it is.
Predator.
Vic says, yeah, just 1 attack difference from each from normal assault intercessors, right? Yes, yeah.
Just
So
one attack difference each from normal assault intercessors, right? But normal assault intercessors are
2 attacks basic.
Don't they have 2
Yes.
less?
Yeah. So in
Oh
order,
no, I get what it means. You can take assault intercessors as blood angels.
yeah. So they have 5
Oh,
attacks.
Yeah. They just lose the 6 up feel no pain. So essentially, you're paying 4 points for +1 attack and a 6 up feel no pain.
Which is what?
It was pretty decent, I think.
And access to stuff that interacts.
Oh,
with
yeah, and
the
different
stratagems,
things, That's
yeah.
the thing.
A few things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it could be worth it for 4 points. I'll pay 4 points for an extra attack, and then you get the 6 of feel no pain.
Waz is
Which you
joining
can
the
make
chat.
5 if you want.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Waz is joining chat. Hello, man.
Well,
How's it
how you
going,
doing, bro? Awesome. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, the Bile Predator's the last unit, guys. It's toughness 7 with 11 wounds and a 3-up save. The Bile Flamestorm Cannon, though, is 18-inch range. I don't know whether it was before or not, but it is now. 18-inch range flamer. Auto hits. Strength 6 -2, 2 damage.
How many shots?
D6.
D6, yeah. But I think I am eternally disappointed every edition that I see the Codex that the flamer on top is not assault.
Assault, yeah. It's
Because
just
you're
heavy.
a Ball Predator, you want to advance and shoot, and like you advance, oh I cannot shoot, then I get charged and blast. So I don't
Yeah,
shoot.
because look, overcharged engines. Each time this model advances, do not make an advance roll. It just moves 6 inches extra.
Yeah.
It auto advances 6 inches, so it goes 18 inches, and then it can't shoot.
You got to check your phone down.
You want to be able to do that
Check
and
my phone.
shoot.
The Bile Predators, I love the Bile Predators. I used to have Blood Angels Army and I used to love them.
Bile Predators are
But
cool, aren't they?
the Flamer, I want that Flamer to be good every single edition, and it's still not. D6 is not.
And what's the last time you've seen a Ball Predator on the table?
Yeah, and there's such a cool tank with those turrets. The Assault Cannon's not too bad though. How many shots is the Assault Cannon on?
It's
the,
twin assault cannon.
Yeah,
Bile
so
Predator,
it's like 12 shots.
Twin
shots.
assault cannon. It should be 12 shots. Yeah, 12 shots. Strength 6 -1, 1 damage.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, man.
It's weird because it's in a weird slot because it's anti-infantry and the army has a lot of stuff to do with infantry already.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, if the flamer one was assault, you could actually like advance him around and do something. That
Oh,
would-
yeah,
because you
yeah,
could give
yeah.
it- yeah, because you could give it Flamer Sponsons, which would be 12-inch range now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the turret, which is 18, and then you move 12, 10, and 6.
Auto advance 18, yeah.
So you go 18, you shoot 18, that's 36-inch threat range. That actually becomes good.
It'd be a really cool tank
Yeah.
then.
I think, I think you're right. I think they've missed a trick there. I think, like I said, if they were
Yeah,
assault
they missed the
weapons...
trick since 3rd edition. Whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Richard says, gladiators are the future side. Yeah, I guess so.
Definitely. Right, stratagems, guys.
Oh, that's the cool
This
part.
is the cool part.
That what gives like this codex
This is
gives
the
it
cool
so
part,
much
guys.
flavor. It's so good.
Right, here we are, guys. Stratagem number 1. Descent of Angels. It starts cool, man. Do you know what I mean? How cool is that? Descent of Angels. Now, here we are,
Descend
guys.
in the meta.
Use this stratagem at the end of your movement phase. Select one Blood Angels core jump pack unit from your army that was set up on the battlefield during the reinforcement steps of this phase, and until the end of the turn, each time a charge roll is made for that unit, you can ignore any or all modifiers to that charge roll. And each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to that attack's hit roll. So you can get +1 to hit when you come in from reserve.
And you can ignore forests. So if someone hides in, it's not -2 anymore.
Exactly. I think you ignore forests anyway, don't you? because jump
Oh, you
pack
have
units
fly.
have the fly
Yeah,
keyword.
it's like it.
But now you can ignore it.
Yeah, but I think it's
Again-
things like
The graph-
impulses
the
and
graph
stuff.
Yeah.
They make you like -2 to charge them. You go, nope, I don't care, which is pretty cool. And the important thing, guys, because if it said you ignore, if it just said until the end of the turn, you ignore all modifiers, then you wouldn't get your +1 to charge either.
Yeah,
For being a blood angel, you would lose it. But it says you can ignore any or all modifiers that charge roll.
So you pick and choose.
Yep. So you just go, oh, your minuses for me to charge, I'll ignore, but my +1 I'll still have.
Vic says
Which I think is really, really cool.
Descent of Plasma Inceptors.
Yeah, Descent of Plasma Inceptors.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Add on to the... Because that's what it says, guys, right? It's until the end of the turn. It doesn't say when they charge. It just says, use this stratagem at the end of your movement phase. Select a Blood Angel's core jump pack unit, Inceptors. That was set up as reinforcements. And until the end of the turn, each time a model in the unit makes an attack, add 1 to the attack's hit roll. So you just drop in with Plasma Inceptors and go hit it on
So
twos.
could you use what the jump pack with the auto cannons called? I can't remember. Keep forgetting the name. Not eliminators.
Suppressors, yeah.
Suppressors could be fun.
Suppressors could be fun.
Yeah, you could do suppressors.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool because they'd be -1 to hit though, wouldn't they?
They are heavy
They're firing
weapons.
heavy weapons.
But I
and
think
then
they're
they
too
just get
expensive.
rid of
They're too expensive now, aren't they? They used to be
Yeah.
90 points.
I think
fine, but now
Inceptors
it's-
are just incredible value for their
Inceptors are
points.
the best obvious, the obvious choice.
Yeah, and I think they would
Although,
butcher
you have
stuff.
to arrive 9 inches away from the enemy, right? When you arrive
Yeah,
to strike,
yeah.
which is a shame because otherwise that would be insanely good on Sanguinary Guard with Inferno pistols.
Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah, if you could
Yeah,
shoot
it's a shame.
Inferno pistols as soon as you came in.
Although
but yeah,
you're
plasma
+1 to
are
hit, so
brutal.
you could now take the plasma pistols with them. That could be funny.
I'm not
Plasma
risking my
pistols.
sanguinary. No.
No, yeah, I think you want to do it on Plasma Inceptors, man. You want to drop down.
Because they had so many shots.
Imagine if you drop down with the captain and just hit on 2s rolling 1s with Plasma Inceptors.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Are
So,
they
so
core
cool.
plasma inceptors?
Yeah.
Yeah, Inceptors are core choice.
Like, how bonkers is that? Why are Plasma Inceptors cool? Why are Inceptors cool?
Yeah, they're definitely not
Because
core.
they're Space Marines.
Because the Primaris.
Yeah, like
Space
pretty
Marines.
much.
the Primaris Space Marines, yeah.
There are so many units in that Marine book that have got
They're
the core
core in the-
keyword. And remind us, Dan, how many units in the Necron book are core?
4.
4 units.
I think you look at it wrong. They're the core of the business plan.
4 of Games Workshop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mental. But here we are. Then you've got Vengeance for Sanguinius, 1 CP. It only works against Black Legion, so there.
Too specific.
Refusal to Die.
But
This has
is-
always been cool,
If
guys.
you remember to use it.
This has always been cool. It's cool. It's 1 CP/2 CP. If this stratagem, use this stratagem after a Death Company unit from your army selected as the target of an attack. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit would lose a wound, roll 1d6. On a 5+, that wound is not lost.
Yeah.
You could only use this stratagem once per turn, not phase, once per turn. If that unit contains 5 or less models, it's 1 CP. Otherwise, it's 2 CP.
Yeah, that's
So
what,
5 for no pain for a Death Company unit.
yeah, that's why
pretty
it's
damn
fun
good.
when you've got those 5-man
Intercessor
Death Company
squads.
intercessors. It's only 1 CP to
1
like
CP
keep
for
them
5
alive
for no pain.
with 2 wounds each in cover.
It's cool.
up safe.
It's cool.
Yeah,
It's
it's really
cool.
good.
Then you've got a Flesh Terrors specific one. Aggressive Onslaught, 1 CP. Use this stratagem in the fight phase. Select 1 Flesh Terrors infantry unit from your army. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in the unit makes a pile-in or consolidation move, it can move up to an additional 3 inches. Whoa! So they can
This-
pile in 6
Yeah.
inches and then consolidate 6 inches.
It used to be White Scar's explosive, and it's just
terrors.
like have this, have this.
Yeah,
Like,
they're just
everyone's
giving it
just
to
moving
everyone.
around.
That's crazy. Oh man. Then you've got the Angel Sacrifice, which is an epic deed.
I think that's my favorite one.
Use this stratagem in the fight phase. Select 1 Blood Angel's character unit from your army. Until the end of the phase, each time an enemy unit is selected to fight, if a model in that unit is within engagement range of that character unit when your opponent is selecting targets for its attacks, those attacks can only target that character.
Isn't that the coolest stratagem in the book?
That
It might
is-
not be
that
the
is-
best, but it's the coolest.
Yeah, he's like this. He's just like taunting people. But you know what's really cool about that? It's because it's just a Blood Angel's character. So check this, guys. Check this. How cool would this be? You have a unit, say like, you've got a unit of 10 Sanguinary Guard, right? These are the guys that are going around winning the game for you. The Sanguinor doesn't really win the game for you. He's a nice toolbox character to have, but he's not going to be the win or lose of the game, right? Now imagine your opponent has got one massive combat unit, their best combat unit, right? Say it's, I don't know, what's a really good combat unit at the moment?
One of the... Kafan?
Yes, so the Nightbringer, say. The Nightbringer goes in to a Blood Angel unit, and you go, okay, the Sanguinor's going to drop in from Deep Strike with his ability, and he's going to heroically intervene into your Nightbringer, and then I'm going to pop this 1 CP strat, so your Nightbringer can only attack him. So instead of killing like 6 Sanguinary Guard, he has to put all of his attacks into the Sanguinor.
Which already did his job anyways.
Yeah, he's already done his job. He's just saved 10 Sanguinary Guard. How cool is that? That, I think, with the Sanguinor, that can pull you out. That could be game winning. Someone charges their best unit into like your Sanguinary, but you could bait people. You could give them a charge and go, oh, look, your best unit can charge this unit. Then their best unit comes in, and you drop your character in, you get into engagement range of as many as you can with the heroic intervention, and you go, all of you that are in engagement range of the Sanguinor have to hit the Sanguinor.
Yeah,
Go
especially if it's a unit that doesn't ignore invulns, you can give them if it's a Death Company unit, you can give him divisions. You make him free up invuln and he just tanks it and maybe
you can do
survives.
things like that. Yeah. But then like the Sanguinor just drops in and goes, okay, I'm going to die, but I save a 300 point Sanguinary Guard unit that's probably going to go around winning me the game.
Yeah.
So I think that's really powerful. Really, really powerful strat.
And it's not lost per game, is it?
Just some comments. Martin, I like your list. Probably not going to have time to go through the exact list on there. Wires and common swords all the way. Martin saying with Death Guard around the corner, the axes might see some use. Yeah, they're +2 strength.
Yeah, they're +2 strength.
AP -2.
Yep.
2 damage. So you lose points of AP, but you're going to put strength.
Yeah.
I still think the swords are good because swords still win them on 3s.
And
Yeah,
free, right?
swords still win them on 3s, so I think the swords are better because their AP is better as well.
Rich, so I've got a friend who's Sanguinary Guard. Cannot make charges.
A friend, Rich. You've got a friend.
Okay. No matter how much he believes that they're flat out refuse to move, treacherous scum. Anyway, any new strats to help me out? We're going to go through them. I mean, help him out with that problem. Rich, you can tell your friends that
we're looking through it right now.
We're looking through them right now, so we'll be able to go through them and tell you what exactly what. If your friend, need any help,
just play tag. You haven't got to make any charges there. Shoot everything to death.
But that, guys, that's I don't think there's going to be. The reason for that is the first stratagem I read out, guys. It's called Descent of Angels. Descent of Angels used to be 3d6 charge from reserve.
Did he?
Now it's just ignore modifiers to charges
Sucks.
and +1 to hit. So now it works on a different kind of unit. It makes Plasma Inceptors and stuff like that really good because it gives them +1 to hit.
Gives them +1 to hit just in the shoot phase as well.
Just
to the end of the turn.
It's +1 to hit. It might be
a
FAQ because it's Games Workshop, but you never know. It makes sense to be.
So it's
in
not
combat,
really a
but-
combat thing at all, then, is it?
It just drops in and you go, oh, okay, I'm hitting on 2s rolling 1s with plasma shots.
Yeah, you've got a lot of +1s to hit available for.
It's
second
good. I mean,
guards.
you never see Inceptors, do you? So I'm glad they gave him that stratagem. It's nice that we'll see more Inceptors.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? But yeah, I think the 3d6 charge was a really good strat. Upset they got rid of that.
Nice.
Spiritual Might, guys. This is really cool. 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your psychic phase. Select 1 Blood Angel psychic unit from your army. They can cast an extra power.
Yeah, it's basically
really good on something like Mephiston.
It's basically
he knows,
Mephiston specific
yeah,
strategy.
Mephiston specific, pretty much, because he knows 3 powers and can only cast 2.
Yep.
So now he knows 3, can cast 3 for 1 CP.
Finally.
Nice.
That's really, really good.
Tarzan's joined the chat. Hi, man. How's it going?
All right, bro. How you doing, man? Visions of Sanguinius. Here we are. Use this stratagem when a Death Company character model from your army is selected to fight. That model can do one of the following. If that model has already used a Death Vision, it can use another Death Vision this phase. This cannot be a Death Vision you have already used during this battle. If that model has not already used a Death Vision, it can use 2 different Death Visions this phase. Neither can be a Death Vision you have already used during the battle. My God, that is wicked. Oh my God.
+1 attack.
+1 attack for every 5 models around you.
3+ invulnerable.
And a 3+
Yeah, you're just like...
and the same turn. Or you just go, oh my God, your massive unit has charged me and I'm a crappy little character with a chainsword. Oh, I'll have a 3-up invuln. Oh, I've survived. Now you take D3 + 3 more wounds. That's so cool, man. So cool. That's amazing. I like that
It's pretty
strat.
funny.
That's a really, really cool strat.
It's pretty funny.
And then you've got Angel Exemplar. Use this stratagem after nominating a Blood Angels character that is not a named character to be your Warlord. So you just give him an extra Warlord trait.
Yep.
From the Blood Angels.
Yep.
Pretty cool, but I don't think any of the Blood Angel Warlord
They're
traits
not
are
very
that
good,
good
are
at
they?
all.
Yeah.
no.
Waz says, dropping a chaplain in and auto-casting the +2 to charge ability with the strat is big and clever for all combat armies.
Yeah.
With Descent of Angels, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so if you want your more... so it's not a 3d6 charge, but if you want to give +2 to it...
And then you get +1 automatically from the red first, don't you?
Sorry?
The red first, is it to advance or is it to charge as well?
Yeah, the red does +1 to advance and charge, but I believe it, the litany...
Needs to be casted for...
The litany said before that it's not cumulative with any other
I see.
bonuses,
You
and I
need to
believe
check
it
that.
still is that now.
So it's
Oh.
+2 inches all.
So it'll be like
one.
a 7-inch charge.
It's
from
7-inch charge, which isn't awful.
No,
but
it's
not,
pretty damn good actually.
it's
7-inch with a re-roll from a command
It
point.
should always go off.
Yeah.
A 7-inch re-rollable is pretty damn reliable.
Can
depends who's
Mephiston...
rolling. So-
Can Mephiston get that 3+ vulnerable save? No, he cannot, because
You
he
need
is
to be-
not Death
not
Company.
Yeah, you need to be
Company.
Death Company.
He has to be Death Company, but use divisions.
Yeah, you have to be a Death Company character to do it.
Free up Invul Mephiston would be sick.
Oh my god, yeah. Could you imagine 3-up in
Yeah.
Mephiston?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I can, because I'm pretty sure they used to be around in 7th edition when you could cast a power on him. Martin says the litanies don't stack, so no, you can't. You're not going to get that plus the...
Yeah, you're not going to get +3. You just get +2. Moving on. The Red Rampage. 1 CP. Oh, look, check this. Use this stratagem in your command phase if the Assault Doctrine is active for your army. Until your next command phase, each time a Blood Angels model from your army makes an attack with a pistol or melee, an unmodified wound roll of a 6, improve the AP 1 by 1. And this is cumulative with the combat doctrines. I like the old Red Rampage. The old Red Rampage was +D3 attacks for a character, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For 1 CP. It's gone.
Oh.
It's gone.
But there's a lot of little stratagems to make your Sanguinary Guard drop and do massive damage once.
Yeah. Yeah, there is, isn't there?
But I mean, that stratagem doesn't really help it that much. Just, oh, have an extra AP if you roll a 6.
Yeah.
I think the problem is they've done a lot of changes to the book too. Because I think the problem with Blood Angels previously were it was an amazing army to ally in with other stuff. Because you could just give a load of, like, 1 or 2 characters loads of buffs. And I think what they want to do now is they've spread this out across the army. So if you want to get all this cool stuff, you have to take an army of them. Which is fine. I'm okay with that.
And they don't cost a bazillion CPs to run anymore.
Yes.
Because it used to be 3 CPs for everything, and you just run out of CPs in a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my regular opponents, and if anyone knows Andy from D6, he would run Smash Captains in, with Guard and Custodes, and he'd immediately spend like 12 CP before the game begins.
Yep.
Yeah.
To make his Smash Captains good for like 2 turns before it dies.
Here we are, guys. Then we've got Unbridled Ardor. This is what we were talking about before. Use this stratagem at the end of the heroic intervention step of your opponent's charge phase. Select 1 Sanguinary Guard unit from your army that's within 6 inches, and they can heroically intervene. 6-inch heroically intervene for a Sanguinary Guard. That is so good.
Like,
So good.
as you go through the book, at which point do you think that taking 30 Sanguinary Guard is not a good idea?
Yeah, exactly.
It just tells
They're
you,
so
get
good.
Sanguinary Guard, get
Yes,
Sanguinary Guard,
yeah.
get Sanguinary Guard. It's just like-
Oh man. And guys, this is what we were saying about the Death Company. Now, before you'd just take a 10-man unit, wouldn't you? And you'd go, there's 5 guys in there with chainsaws, 5 guys in there with thunderhammers. So you've got ablative wounds for the thunderhammers. Now, I think you'd just take 5 guys with power fists. Because of course, like thunderhammers are only -2 AP now and stuff like that. But power fists are like -3 and flat 2 damage now.
Yep.
Power fists. So I think you just take power fists on your Death Company unit.
Yeah.
But I think now you just take 5 Death Company with power fists. And this is the reason why. Forlorn Fury. Use this stratagem at the start of the first battle round. Before the first turn begins, select 1 Death Company unit from your army. That unit can make a normal move up to 12 inches as if it were your movement phase, but must end that move more than 9 inches away from any enemy models. So, it's like a Forlorn Fury is back type thing. Slightly worse, but it's back. However,
and it's cheaper.
if your unit is 5 models or less, it's only 1 CP now. But instead of 2. But obviously, if you take a 10-man unit, then it's 2 CP. Which could still be worth it if you still want some ablative wounds and stuff like that. But I think 1 CP. Just having 1 unit of 5 Death Company with power fists, which is like 160, 170 points.
Yeah.
And they could just have that threat of, it's only going to cost me 1 command point, mate, so you better deploy back.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I won't do it because it cost me too much. It cost me 1.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool,
Because
isn't
you
it?
don't spend that much.
This is going to cost me nothing, but it's going to cost you something if this goes off.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you've got to deploy well.
That's it. And then you've got Upon Wings of Fire. Use this stratagem in your movement phase. Select 1 Blood Angel's core jump pack unit from your army and remove it from the battlefield. In the reinforcement step of your next movement phase, set the unit up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from any enemy models. So they can just leave and come back, which is really quite cool. Then we've got Savage Destruction. Use this stratagem. This is Flesh Terrors, guys. Use this stratagem in the morale phase. When a morale test is failed for an enemy unit that is within engagement range of any Flesh Terrors units from your army, till the end of the turn, subtract 1 from combat attrition test taken for that enemy unit. That's pretty cool. And then this is one of my favourite ones, guys. The Chalice Overflowing. Because as we said, Corbulo is really good because he can make all units within 6 inches of him act as though the Assault Doctrine is active, right? And a normal Sanguinary Priest can only do it once.
Yes.
But a normal Sanguinary Priest can take a jump pack, so you can keep up with everybody else. And then you can use this for 1 CP, use this stratagem in your command phase, select 1 Sanguinary Priest model from your army. That model can use the Blood Chalice ability 1 additional time this phase. So Corbulo gives everyone Assault Doctrine all the time, but a Sanguinary Priest picks 1 unit and they get Assault Doctrine. But use this strat and he can give 2 units Assault Doctrine and he has a jump pack so he can actually keep up with everyone. So I think that's what you do. Instead of Corbulo, I think you take a Sanguinary Priest with a jump pack and he could just pay a CP to give 2 units Assault Doctrine.
So I think now he's going to take the place of the Sanguinary Ancient.
Yes.
I think that's where you put your points into now, and you have him in the middle of 2 big units of Sanguinary Guard and go Assault Doctrines, Assault Doctrines.
Yeah, you take a Sanguinary Priest with a jump pack.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what I think you do. So that's that, guys. The Warlord traits, man, I don't think they're that good at all, to be honest.
Yeah, they're nothing.
Nope.
Nothing exciting.
Nothing exciting at all. It's horrible. The Artisan of War, guys, was the best one. +1 damage on a weapon, and that's changed to you can take one of these 4 listed special war gears on top of having a relic.
Well, you can get the
Rubbish.
Mastercrafted
Meh.
Thunderhammer, right? Or
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you still really want to run Smash Captains because you've bought and converted.
Oh yeah,
a
you
load,
can still use
you
Master
could
Crafted
still
weapons.
technically
I mean, I have
use
like
it.
6.
Yeah. But it's like you get an extra relic on your relic type thing. You don't actually have like a Warlord trait, meh. But you can still get a +1.
You also
damage.
give that priest Teeth of Terror to make him an absolute beat stick.
Meat stick, yeah. Give that
absolutely.
Sanguinary Priest to Teeth of Terror. That'd be really, really cool.
That's not a bad idea because he's going to be one of your few unnamed characters that you're possibly going to build your army with, right?
Yeah. That's it. And then the last thing we're going to talk about, guys, is the Sanguinary Discipline. So, Quickening. Quickening has changed now. It's not a 7 to cast anymore. It's only a 6. But it used to give you +3 inches to your charge. It doesn't give you that anymore. You can re-roll advance and charge rolls made for the Psyker, and you can add D3 to this Psyker's attacks characteristic. So it's the same as before, but then you've lost the +3 to charge bit.
Nice on a Libby Dread.
Yep. Unleash Rage has changed. Now, this one's a bit weird. This one could be better, could be worse. It depends how many 6s you can roll, guys.
Well,
It's
depends
all
who
on your
plays it.
6 rolling ability. It's all about the amount
If you
of belief you've got. Oh, man. But Unleash Rage has a warp charge value of 6. Before, you used to pick a unit and they used to get +1 attack. Now, if manifested, select 1 friendly Blood Angel's core unit within 12 of the Psyker. Until the start of your next Psychic phase, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, on a hit roll of a 6, they get an additional hit. Unmodified hit roll. So it's exploding 6s, basically. So it really depends.
Depends if you can roll 6s,
Yeah.
doesn't it, Manny?
That's it.
On average, it's not that good.
We all know here that Manny defies averages in the majority of his dice rolls. So
You just gotta believe.
gotta
guys.
believe.
You guys just don't believe, of course. That's what it is.
No, the problem is all our belief is tied up in your dice and not ours.
Yeah, we
That's the
believe.
issue, right?
See, we believe you can roll it. So that's
BELIEVE. Do you even know what that spells?
Believer?
It's funny how long it
Yeah,
took him to
but
think about how to
believe
spell it.
it.
Like, he looked at me, he waited.
But yeah, man. Then you've got the Shield of Sanguinius. You can pick a Blood Angels unit within 18, and they can have a 5 Pinvern.
Not bad.
Interestingly, guys, Sanguinius. Sanguinius, bloody
He's
hell.
dead.
Mephiston. That's how you give an invuln, guys. Now.
Oh yeah, actually, I didn't think about
Yeah,
that.
Shield of Sanguinius has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select one friendly Blood Angels unit within 18 inches of the Psyker. Until the start of your next Psychic phase, models in that unit have a 5-pin Vun. So he can give himself a 5-pin vulnerable now. So I think that's what you take as his third power now. I think you give him Shield of Sanguinius, Quickening, and then Wings.
Yeah, because others are not that like. I thought the Bloodlands or whatever it's called, the line is
Blood
gonna
Boil.
be better, but it's just like.
Oh yeah, Blood Boil and Blood Lance, yeah. So you've got a Blood Boil, warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select one enemy unit that's within 18 inches of invisible to the Psyker and roll 2 dice. If the total is more than the highest toughness characteristic of models in that unit, it suffers D3 mortal wounds. If the total is more than double the highest toughness characteristic of models in that unit, it suffers 3 mortal wounds.
It's kind of like
It's like a
targeted
nice
smite.
Yeah, it's really cool smite. So you've got that, and then you've got Blood Lance, warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select an enemy model within 18 inches of invisible to the Psyker. Draw the shortest possible line between this Psyker's base and the selected enemy model's base. Then roll a d6 for each model the center of the line passes over. On a 5-up, that model's unit suffers 1 mortal wound.
It's not that good.
Not that good. Could be good on a horde. And then Wings of Sanguinius. This has changed, guys. It's massive change. Wings of Sanguinius has a warp charge value of 6, so it's gone up by 1. If manifested, the Psyker can make a normal move or fall back as if it were your movement phase. Right? In addition, until the end of the phase, this Psyker has a move characteristic of 12 inches and the fly keyword. Massive, guys. That's a big nerf to Libby Dreads.
Big.
But Mephiston doesn't really care. But it's a nerf overall because before you used to have the fly keyword and you used to be able to have the 12-inch move until your next psychic phase. So when you moved in your following movement phase, you still had a 12-inch move. That's not the case anymore. You only get it till the end of the phase.
It's just like one jump and then you're back to normal.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. There you have it. That's the Blood Angels book basically, and our views on it. I think that's good overall, man. I think they play in a very fluffy way, in a very thematic way.
Yeah, I think it feels very like epic because what they do, because you get Sanguinary Guard that drops down, and then you've got the character basically doing all the heroic deeds.
Yeah, I think they play in the way that they should play, right?
So my opinion on it
Maybe
is they've lost a lot of the stuff that made them like really good as an ally. But I think their codex is way more rounded now, thanks to access to everything from the normal Marine book. Although saying that, I think their own units now are so good that you wouldn't need a lot of support outside of the codex now.
No, yeah, you wouldn't need a lot of
amazing.
support. It's really quite cool.
I mean, I think we can unanimously say the best unit in that book probably is Sanguinary Guard.
Yeah, Sanguinary Guard are the
I
best
think we
unit.
can probably
Sanguinary Guard are the best unit. It's the fact that the Power Sword's got +1 strength.
And that's a really good point. The Dreads cannot charge flyers anymore.
Yeah, Mod said so you cannot charge flyers anymore with a Dread. Not anymore, unfortunately.
No, only for that phase.
Because you used to get wings off to charge flyers and stuff like that.
You used to gain fly for the
not
entire
anymore,
turn.
you just get
Luckily,
into the
flyers
phase
are
now.
not that popular anymore.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, it didn't make much sense that a 10-ton flying piece of
What's
metal
wrong?
box was attacking.
That's literally the
Valkyries
definition
in
of
the
Gothic.
sky.
That's the
What?
definition of Gothic
It didn't make sense that a 10-ton flying thing could go and attack a 30-ton flying thing.
No, it didn't make sense that a giant metal box on legs could charge the Eldar flyer traveling at supersonic speeds.
Isn't the definition of a Storm Raven a giant flying box on legs?
Yeah. And
No, 'cause it doesn't have
It does have little legs, doesn't it?
to counter your argument, how does that flying thing that you cannot attack block your movement?
All right, point made.
That is true. That is true.
But anyway, answer Martin. No, you cannot charge flyers with your dreadnoughts.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. Libby Dread was really cool at killing flyers.
It was
It's
so
like-
really, really good
it
at
was
killing
so
flyers.
stupid.
Oh,
it was
man.
so good at it.
Well, I remember how good he was at killing
Oh, well, you
knights.
just have to use Sanguinary Guard to kill flyers. Like you're
Yeah,
going to use them
guys.
to kill everything else in the
So,
opponent's
yeah,
army.
instead of a 40-ton dread, you're gonna have 2-ton flying angels.
yeah, poke it.
Just
in
going
there.
straight to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, that's what I would do, man. Loads of Sanguinary Guard, a few Vanguard veterans, and
ATVs,
Inceptors.
Inceptors.
Those are Inceptors, guys. That's what you want to do. That's a really, really cool Blood Angels army.
With probably
Order
a
the stock down.
Sanguinary Priest, the Sanguinor Mephiston,
Mm-hmm.
probably.
That'd be really, really good. Or if you want to be Flesh Terrors, guys, Gabriel Seth is looking like an absolute badass.
My only issue
But
with
he's
Seth,
on foot.
Yeah, my only issue with Seth is he's on foot.
Yeah, that's my issue with him.
So,
He's on foot.
so that's put him in a drop pod.
He's like Gotrek in a
Drop him in a drop
Buy him a
pod.
drop pod.
Oh, that'd be
He's
funny.
like Gotrek.
Yeah, he's
Just give him a rhino.
40k Gotrek, yeah. Once he gets to stuff, oh, you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Once he gets there, oh my god, it's savage. Except he's
Although-
not a quarter of your army.
Although I will say actually, Forlorn Fury could be actually good with him because that like pre-game 12-inch move.
Yes.
But he's not Death Company, is it? He's not.
Oh
no,
no,
he's
it's
got
a
Death
Death
Company, but
no,
it could
of
be really
course.
good on things like we were saying.
Oh, I forgot, but you know, I completely forgot it's Death Company only. That's a shame.
Because it could be cool on like Death Company Intercessors. If I read it right, let me have a quick look, guys.
Oh, Wolf and Dreadnoughts may be out of stock until after Christmas.
No! No!
Oh,
I ordered 5 guys. No! We have one. So it'll be in the, it'll be on Battle Reports, guys, because Bjorn, obviously, built it as Bjorn.
Well, there you
But
go.
we don't have Murderfang or the other 3. Yeah, guys, look at that. I built him. No one can take that from me.
Yeah, that's why I had to
built
remove
him.
mold lines.
Yeah, that's why we've got to redo it. Yeah.
Yeah, David had to take mold lines off.
Everywhere.
Mold line. They're a myth, aren't they, Dan? They're not real.
Oh, yeah. No,
Mold lines aren't real, guys. They're a myth.
No.
She had to remove mold lines. That's a code word for he was slacking for an hour and just said he was doing something imaginary.
Rich says, my poor Libby Dread, Barry. Best get those Sanguinary Guard and Blade Guard painted. Rich, it's fine. You just take the halberd off and put blood talons on it and make it a Furioso.
That's
Yeah, boy.
what I did to mine is I snipped his arms off, put last cannons on them, and made it a Mortis Dread. That's what I did.
Oh, apparently Thunderwolf Cavalry are probably out of stock as well. We've got those.
It's alright, guys.
We've got the Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Got like
We've
20
more than-
Thunderwolf Cavalry
Yeah, Thunderwolf
is
Cavalry
all
good.
good.
Dreadnoughts, on the other hand, not so much.
Yeah, I've got a load of Blade Guard, guys. Load of Space Wolf Blade Guard. A load of Thunderwolf Cavalry, really cool Thunderwolf Wolf Lord. Loads of Wolf Guard, Najal, and of course, Bjorn! So, yeah, man, it should be really cool to have them on Battle Reports, guys. Bjorn will be on, but yeah, waiting on those 4 dreads, man. Because of the 4 dreads. Because that would be such a cool army, wouldn't it? Such a cool army.
So, that's the end of the Blood
Dan,
Angels kind of review.
I'm making them all ginger.
Yeah, I was quickly
They're
just
all
going to
ginger.
point out, guys.
They have to be all ginger.
Forlorn Fury, you use it on a Death Company unit. The unit can make a normal move of up to 12 inches as if it were your movement phase.
Yeah.
So it's not as good as I initially thought, because I
up
thought it was
to
just a
12.
12-inch
Yeah,
move.
up to 12.
So it slows down Jump Pack Death Company, but I thought, oh my god, Death Company Intercessors just automatically move 12 before the game? Could
they
be
still
quite
have to
cool,
advance.
but they still have to roll the advance. It's up to 12.
I mean, for money, they still have to move 12. So.
Martin asks,
there
have we
they
got
go,
any
there they go.
Inceptors? I might need a few more. Check
possibly.
check
If
our
there-
website.
there's any on the shelf, though, they're mine. So.
Barry,
will bring them in.
Barry says that's Barry the Fell-Handed, by the way. No, it's not. You've already got a model named after you, so it might have to go to somebody else.
Bjorn the Fell-Handed. Barry the Fell-Handed. God, Barry, you're getting greedy now.
We need to make a draft on who gets the names.
Yeah, we'll have a
Yeah,
little
we
board
should
of
do
it.
that
We'll have a
for
board.
elite members, man. You should get all the elite members in and then allocate them names to different characters and stuff that
We're
we
using
got.
our army.
That'd be really
Only
cool.
if they behave, though.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
That's it.
So, on that note,
Yep.
if you guys have got any questions you'd like to ask any of us, feel free to ask now,
Yeah.
and we will try our best to answer them. If
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions related to Blood Angels? Well, everyone's
Or
been asking
anything.
questions as we've been going related to Blood Angels, haven't we?
Or-
if you've got any questions to do
any
with 40k,
questions,
guys,
any
you know,
40k
just
questions at all, we're happy
dash
to.
them in. It's-
Yeah, we'll be here for a bit longer to answer any questions.
Yeah,
questions
we'll
we
be
can.
here for another 12 minutes, guys, because it's almost been 2 hours.
Yep.
It's,
Yeah,
it is 10 to 11.
10 to 11. So, guys, yeah, if you've got questions, get
night's
those in
too
now.
long.
We'll try and answer them as quickly as we can.
Yeah, the night's still young, guys. We're going to be here for hours and hours longer carrying on with this hobby, man. God, hobby takes so long.
With Manny's favorite lava bases.
Why did I get into
How many
yeah, love
bases
base.
have you done during this stream? Cool. So Barry asks.
What was the question, sorry?
So Barry asks, how do you rate them overall now? So now that we have, so what we've got right now, we've got Space Marines, Necrons, Death Watch, and Blood Angels, and Space Wolves. So where do we put them right now?
I think Blood Angels are very good.
Yeah, Blood Angels look like just better Space Wolves.
No, actually.
They are.
They're on par.
I
reckon
disagree.
No,
Disagree.
because you like Space Wolves.
No. Because if I put a character in the middle of any of my Space Wolf combat units and your Sanguinary Guard charge in there, you can automatically heroically intervene for 6 inches and go, you're not eligible to fight until my entire army has.
And I can drop a Sanguinary in, and that looks cool.
Yep. That's cool.
Waz says we did 3 hours last week. Yeah, we might run over a little bit. We'll see.
He did 3 hours last week. Amateur.
Depends if we start talking for.
I reckon they're good. I reckon they're up there. I reckon they're.
No, they're
up there,
really, really
Marines.
good. They're up
I
there, but
absolutely have.
I think they do their own thing, right? I think Blood Angels hit a little bit harder, but Space Wolves they're slightly less killy than Blood Angels. Like if you go all out Sanguinary Guard, but they have the potential to be just as killy. But they're more survivable, I think, from other combat armies. I don't think Blood Angels have anything that stopped them getting smashed up by another combat army, other than the one-time sanguinary thing. But a character from Space Wolves, guys, with the armor of rust, just does it every time. He just goes, this one unit in engagement range of me, and obviously he can heroically intervene 6 inches. So you put him with a jump pack, and he heroically intervenes 6 inches over the top and goes, you can't fight until all of my units have fought.
Yeah. And if you have like one big hard-hitting unit, he just goes.
Yeah, guys, this is a weird interaction, right? Check it out. So if you have a unit with fight first, and then I have a unit that makes you fight last, but you've charged, you get to still fight first, right? Because charging units take precedence.
I think in St. George's, I asked you that question, and you said that the Armor of Rust takes precedence.
Yes, because it did then. Whereas now, I believe about it.
I believe it's on whoever's
turn it
is.
Yep, so the person who's charged would normally, because that paragraph in the back of the book, right, would mean that you would get to attack. However, it's important to note that paragraph is specific to fight first and fight last abilities. But Armor of Rust and similar abilities now are not fight last abilities. It doesn't say your unit fights last. It says your unit cannot be selected to fight until all eligible units in your opponent's army have done so. Yeah. So they could still be the first.
That's a different wording, though.
Yeah.
It's very it's
because the question is how do you interpret the wording? Because you cannot select your unit to fight until they all fought. It doesn't say that they always fight first or you fight last.
No, it just says you can't be selected.
Yes, exactly. But then you are selected. If you fight first, you select that unit to fight, right?
But they can't be selected.
Yeah, exactly. So,
so
effectively you don't fight.
So
first.
I believe
yeah, exactly.
The interpretation of it is exactly the same as it currently works in AOS, which is controlling players' phase. If they've got stuff that attacks first, it goes first, and then it goes to any abilities to make you fight last. So if you've got loads of combats going on, it'll be the people that charged first.
No.
No, this is.
No.
I think that the wording is different.
We think this takes precedence over it. Because this says you cannot be selected to fight.
It doesn't say you don't. It doesn't say you fight.
Oh,
last.
what's that for?
Yeah.
Is this for Armor of Rust specifically?
Yeah.
No.
Just
all of the fight last abilities now are being changed. So they're not fight last abilities anymore. Like the Whirlwind has the same wording as the Armor of Rust. And so does Murderous Hurricane. Murderous Hurricane is a Space Wolf power. So that's what makes Space Wolves quite good at taking hits as well in combat. Because Najal can just go, that unit 18 inches away, that unit, if they charge me, they can't fight until all my units are fought.
So it's like, because the wording
It's really
is different.
good.
It doesn't say that you cannot fight first or you fight last. It says you cannot be picked.
Yeah, you cannot be
fight
picked to
until
fight.
everyone else fought.
Yeah.
And you still pick him to fight first, but you
Okay.
cannot pick him to fight until they fought. So it's like a different wording. It's like a wording.
Oh, look, see, Aidan makes a good point. Last edition, I'd have said Blood Angels were better because they had more reliable delivery methods than Space Wolves. With no advance and charge and less reliable charges from reserve, is that still the case? That's what I think, man. Like, I think Space Wolves are just a bit better because they have that buff. You know, you take Niall, put him in the middle, advance him up the board, and you go, everyone's got +1 save and -1 to hit.
Well, I would agree to say like Blood Angels have lost a lot of their delivery methods. However, we are playing on smaller boards now, so I don't think the movement is that nerfed. They're still going to be very quick because
you can't drop in.
You can't
and,
drop
like,
in and
reliably
basically
charge.
guarantee your charges. You're going to have to play around to
I think
make your charge a bit more reliable.
the big argument for Space Wolves is that the way you play missions now, they are much more reliable in we are there and we will hold this ground. Because you drop with your massive alpha strike unit, you charge in and you cannot fight. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. But then another thing is, if you're on objectives with, say, Sanguinary Guard, and then people come up and try and take your objectives from you, one unit of Sanguinary Guard can like heroic intervene 6 and take an objective back. But Space Wolves, if they're sitting on objectives, if you try and get within 3 inches of them, every Space Wolf unit can heroically intervene 3 inches.
Rich asks, and I think this has been answered in chat, with the -1 damage for Dreadnought, is it -1 total damage or -1 per wound? It's -1 per wound.
Yeah, per wound.
So if you do like 3 D3 damages, it's basically
D3 -1, D3 -1, D3 -1.
Yeah, D3 -1, D3 -1, D3 -1. But it's been answered in chat, so hopefully that's good. Waz asks, where was it? What do you think? Hope the next 4 codices after Dark Angels Drukhari in January. Who will get the love next?
I hope it's not Space Marines. I want to see some Xenos.
Yeah, we've got Drukhari coming as the next announced one after Dark Angels. I think I'd like to see...
I'm interested about Tau because they're so different.
Yeah, I'd like to see Orcs.
Yeah, I'd like to see
I
Orcs.
think Orcs would be really, really cool.
Like
I'll tell you what I'd really like to see, because we've seen almost none of them almost last edition. I'd like to see Tyranids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd really like to see Tyranids.
And hopefully it's not
really,
going to
really
be as
cool.
disappointing as last edition, where you were waiting, they came out, it's like, yeah.
I'm biased, guys, because Orcs are my favourite faction.
Unanimously,
so I want Orcs.
we know what book we want.
Knights, yeah.
Imperial Knights.
Obviously, I want Knights.
Imperial
I don't
Knights.
think it's the most exciting book, but I want Knights. I want to get disappointed again and not get upset.
So I think Knights are probably one of the more popular factions in the game right now, and I suspect they're going to get theirs.
Everyone has army of Knights, right? You just bought 3 Knights at some point in your life. Somewhere there.
Yeah, that's it.
So I mean, if we're going to be realistic, I would probably think it's going to be something Xenos. So
hopefully Orcs.
And more supplements, right? Or like, the stuff's just going to keep.
Well, are we done with supplements now after Dark Angels? What's
after
next?
Dark Angels, what supplements will go? Well, all of the other supplements will get redone, won't they? Pretty much. White Scars, Imperial Fist,
Iron Hand.
I think they'll be later.
Raven Guard, all of that kind of stuff.
I'm hoping it's going to be later.
Let's have a look. Martin asks, best secondaries versus Necrons. Dan, how do we beat your Necrons?
You just tabled them.
What secondaries do you think would be good against them?
Against Necrons.
Just watch the battle reports.
Yeah. I think a lot of it depends on your army. Obviously, it depends on what you're using. Now, I did see somewhere you were talking about it.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the thing, you see, because Blood Angels, the way you guys are trying to run it is like all Sanguinary Guard, all
Skills.
Vanguard, and then you're like, oh, there's a Catan. That's going to take me at least 4 turns to kill.
Oh yeah, that's
And it's just going to start running through all your expensive units. Which is why I don't think you can go with Blood Angels. I don't think you can just go, oh yeah, there's just all these combat units. You've got to put some sort of shooting in there.
Oh, it's not your whole army though, is it? You put the Vanguard vets in, you put 3 units of Vanguard vets and 3 units of Sanguinary Guard, and it only adds up to like 1,300 points.
Yeah.
I think
So you do have 700 points of other stuff.
I think you can kind of skew towards, like, very heavily towards the combat side, because once you...
It was like Wolves, guys. I got really carried away and I just took like all the combat units.
Because you say 700 points, but once you put your characters in...
That's the thing.
But
I disagree. I think you could go shooty Blood Angels. But I love the idea of you go shooty Blood Angels, so it's got loads of guns in it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as anyone gets close to you, then you're kind of in the assault doctrine, so everything's -1 and you're +1 to wound. So even your crappy shooter units are actually half decent in combat.
Yeah. Martin's saying
you
he's...
kind of go like a because you can't get your combat units there anymore.
Yeah.
So what's the point in going all combat? Because you're just running across the board getting shot, right?
Yeah.
So just take shooty Blood Angels that by the time they get to turn 3, they're getting +1 attack and they're -1 AP and they've got +1 to wound.
Yeah.
So you just shoot people off the board to get to your objectives, and then when you're there, you're actually pretty good in combat. They're like Marines, but they're like better all-round Marines.
Better all around.
But but people can bully you with objectives before turn 3.
Martin says he's
Like
playing his
shooting
4th game of 9th edition tomorrow on Tabletop Simulator, his Death Watch versus Crons. He's lost his previous 2 games in the tournament due to poor secondaries. The mission is Sweep and Clear.
Oh, that's familiar.
Sweep and Clear is a pretty familiar one for us. It's slightly further up. It's not. It was slightly further up because there was no other questions.
Say it again, sorry, sir.
So he's playing his 4th game of 9th edition tomorrow on Tabletop Simulator, Death Watch versus Necrons.
Okay.
He lost his previous 2 games in the tournament due to poor secondaries. The mission is Sweep and Clear.
Sweep
the
and
next
clear.
game.
And what is he playing?
Deathwatch.
He's using the Deathwatch and he's playing against.
It says
Necrons.
DW. I'm assuming Deathwatch and not Deathwing.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So Deathwatch secondaries to pick, but in sweep and clear, priority. Not priority. Direct assault is normally really cool.
Yeah, to go in the middle.
Hold the middle objective, because in Deathwatch you should be taking the Warlord trait that makes everything obsec. And all of your kill teams should be obsec too. So like your Terminators should be made obsec with a Warlord trait. All your troops, your kill teams are obsec anyway. But the rest of it depends on what you're taking really, because I basically take 4 Warlord traits in my Deathwatch army. I'm always
literally what I've been painting all of this stream. I'm painting.
Yeah. So I literally,
right now, as it happens,
I take priority. What is it called? It's called
Direct Assault.
No.
Oh, you're talking about the Warlord traits now.
Yeah.
It's like domination.
Something. It's priority or priority orders or something like that. But basically, guys, there's a Warlord trait that you can take for Deathwatch, and then units within 6 inches of that Warlord can do actions and still shoot. You can still shoot and your actions don't fail. So you can take things like raise banners and stuff like that, which you can raise on your own deployment zone and on the middle objective when you get there, if you're doing sweep and clear as well, and on the one to the side. So you can kind of raise 2 banners effectively in that mission against Necrons, possibly 3, and then defend them because you're obsec. So I think that could be a cool thing. And then it depends on the Necron list as well, because, if they've got a load of vehicles, or the Silent King. I mean, the Silent King on his own with his 2 mirrors is worth 7 points for Bring It Down. So if they've got like the Silent King, a Catan, and a few vehicles, Bring It Down. Do you know what I mean? So
and
that's
the Necrons will take Purge the Vermin, right, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Brian, Waz. Do you think Chaos Marines will get the supplement treatment down the line with Heretic chapters, or what Marines have? How do you think Chaos Space Marine armies' wide abilities will change? We talked about this the other day. I don't think they will now, because we're seeing the Death Guard book coming before the Chaos book. I think if they were going to get like supplements like Marines have, you'd see the Chaos Marine book first,
and then
you'd see supplements for Death Guard, Emperor's Children, Thousand Sons. So I suspect we're probably not. Which
really sucks.
Suck.
Chaos Space Marines should get the same kind of treatment as normal Space
because the same chapters.
The only difference I could see happening is that maybe Chaos will get like chapters for things like, not World Eaters, but I'm thinking
Night Lords and stuff.
Maybe like stuff that doesn't have like its own like big like different range, because Death Guard's got a lot of unique stuff that you wouldn't normally take from the normal Chaos book, because it's so different. Yeah. So maybe, but I don't know.
I'm not sure. I would really like them to get the same sort of treatment as Space Marines.
But it feels like in Chaos books, you get your own book if you have a Primarch. So they make it like a unique army, but other than that, it's just Chaos.
Yeah. It's a bit disappointing. I'd like to see each army.
It's funny because we did have a conversation about this the other day, didn't we? I think we might have been on another stream where we weren't sure on it. The chat has gone into a weird Twilight versus Underworlds and buff.
Blood Angels and Space Wolves together, very fluffy.
Which one do you prefer?
Team Twilight.
Team
Amazing. Yeah, vampires and werewolves.
Oh, yeah, what are you after? Vampires or werewolves?
Barry says vampires should definitely always come in skin tight leather.
Vampires are better than werewolves.
Yeah, Kate Beckinsale from Underworlds.
Oh man, I've spent many a shower there.
Okay, Martin has come back to you.
Oh my god!
So coming back to his Death Watch list.
God.
I'm gonna move away from this. I'm trying to veer away from this subject.
He's also spent many a shower with Fat Beep from Austin Powers.
You're the one that brought her up.
Yeah, that's us basically.
So Martin's come back with his list that he's taking. So if you want to give him some feedback,
cool.
I'll let you. So if I let you have a read of that while we go through here. I'll see if there's any other questions. Barry's saying he's hoping for tier 1 next week. I think everybody is.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I want to play 40k.
Yeah. We don't get to. Now you're here. We don't get to play 40k ever again. Sorry, it's painting and editing for you.
I know.
Get back to your desk.
I think I have even less chances of playing 40k.
Yeah. The only reason I get to play 40k now is on battle reports, and usually it's when it's only the first 2 turns because I'm like, Oh, it's a game.
I'll have to fist fight you for the games then.
Yeah, we're gonna have to roll off the games, yeah. Any more other questions?
Martin, did you just say you've got 5 heavy intercessors and 5 obliterators in the same unit? That would be incredible.
Oh, I love
if you could
obliterators.
take chaos obliterators in your Death Watch
I'm
army.
assuming you mean eradicators.
Yeah, I was assuming you mean eradicators too.
Yeah.
I would love a bit.
He's got loads of different destroyers, 2 Doomsday Arcs, and Mephrit.
What's a Mephrit?
In Mephrit. Oh,
Mephrit
okay.
Detachment. It's the
No, yeah, I like that, Martin. Yeah, so you've got the actions warlord trait. So stick with that. Keep your apothecary near, of course. The eradicators will do a lot of work because they can't roll. The quantum shielding has changed quite a lot.
Yeah, it's an invuln
because it gives you a 5 pinvun.
It's for and what's it called? Transhuman.
Yeah, because it used to. But that's the thing. It used to ruin your high damage powers, right? Like if they got shot by eradicators before, they didn't really care, did they, Dan? Doomsday Arcs.
He did mean eradicators.
If they got shot by eradicators before, they wouldn't have really cared because they roll under your damage and that's it.
I loved quantum shielding before.
Man, quantum shielding versus like old quantum shielding versus like the new Melter rules.
Or versus
now
you roll like damage.
Martin. Oh my god,
I was
Martin.
Oh, it's a shame.
Martin, you don't have the Tome of Ectoclades. What are you doing?
Disappointing.
What are you doing, Martin? It's so good because what you do is you pick a data sheet for one battle round. You pick a data sheet in your opponent's army, and you go whenever a unit within 6 inches of this warlord, of the guy with the relic, fires at that data sheet, a unit from that data sheet, you get full rerolls to wound. So imagine your eradicator shooting at those guys. I was about to say the reason why you'd be okay against the Doomsdays is because you're wounding on 4s, but you'll get full rerolls to wound for the turn because you'll pick Doomsday Arc data sheet. So whenever someone in your army within 6 inches of him fires at any unit within 6, fires at a Doomsday Arc, you'll get full rerolls to wound. But you don't have the Tome of Ectoclades, Martin. Take the Tome of Ectoclades.
Waz asks, what do Tau and Gene Stealer Cult need to make them playable again?
Oh man.
New Codex?
Well, yeah. It's a tricky one. I think Tau are in a weird position because they were the kings for an age. But now they're changed to Overwatch, where it's just is hurting them a bit.
Well, no, because I think that because they get to Overwatch with everyone.
Yeah.
Their entire army gets to Overwatch, and they get to Overwatch for each other, so it's not that bad.
Their Overwatch is fine, it's just...
I think it's the fact that they only interact in the shooting phase.
So the drones
It
got more
against
expensive.
so much, man. Drones got more expensive
They don't
and
have
worse.
psychic.
And...
Yeah, and now that you have the Necron units, you can only hurt them in one
Oh,
phase.
yeah,
like units like a Catan who you can only hurt
Or
in
Yeah,
one
you just-
phase.
Gazgul.
Yeah,
Or
you just
Gazgul,
advance
yeah.
them up the board and it's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what can you do to this? You can't do anything.
Gene Stealer Cults are a tricky one because I'm not sure what you do with them, to be honest. I'll be honest, I don't know Gene Stealer Cult that well. I remember getting tabled in like 2 turns.
Yeah, because you don't know what they do.
Because I have no idea what they did. I still don't know what they did.
Martin says the heavy intercessor and eradicators are Malleus specialism. That's fair. That's cool then, bro. That's cool. Yeah, I just instead of paying points for the specialisms, I just took the Tome of Ectoclades. So yeah, because I think the specialisms are too specialist. They're too they limit your units to what they want to shoot at, and they kind of make some decisions for you,
Not flexible.
which I didn't write. Yeah, so that's why I took the Tome of Ectoclades. But no, that's good. That's a cool choice too, bro. That's cool.
Any army that only interacts with one phase is going to be tough to play.
Yeah,
Right, so...
definitely. So I think Tau need Kroot to be good.
Yes.
That's it. If
Crude
Kroot are
Psychers.
good, that'd be
yeah,
really
crude
cool.
shamans.
Yeah, Kroot would be really, really cool, man. I think if they could, if they were good in combat, that would be cool.
Don't make me paint.
If Ethereals could do something in the psychic phase or something like that, like their own version of Smite or something.
Yeah, like
Cthans
have their powers and stuff.
Yeah, like Cthans have their powers, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, give everyone plus one
like
to hit.
ethereal
Like
powers could be quite nice.
Yeah,
I'd
give
like
plus
to-
one to hit or something.
I'd like them to see him get something like kind of what Grey Knights had. So Grey Knights have got a psychic power which lets them shoot in the psychic phase. I would like something to be like an Ethereal can just choose this core unit, and rather than moving,
shoot in
it
the combat
can
phase.
shoot in the movement phase.
or
It can't
combat
move.
phase or something, yeah.
Something like that.
Or plus
That
to
could-
hit.
to give them an extra phase, a different phase of shooting.
I mean, Tau have a
because it
theme.
keeps them thematic and they're just mainly a shooting army, but like maybe something that's out of sequence would be kind of cool. I like the idea of that maybe, and have it like a almost like a litany. would
exactly.
be kind of interesting.
But see, Ash says just let them fall back and shoot. That would be a big help. It would, but I think
think
Dan
that's
made a
the
good
issue.
point the other day when we were talking about it, didn't you? They should just let Tau shoot in combat, but with -1 to hit, like how vehicles can do. If Tau could just shoot into combat, into the combat that they were in, like not shoot into the combat, but just the ones that are in combat can still shoot at what they're in combat with.
Yeah, like
Just
they
with -1 to hit.
were organised rank and file enough
Yeah.
to just keep shooting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
God,
they
You know
can
what
do
I
that,
think
yeah.
would be kind of cool for Tau? Because I was a big Tau player, and you know what I really liked? Do you know Dark Strider? So his ability used to be
Yeah.
that when you charged
He was
him,
cool.
Dark Strider would be like, oh well, this unit will move. back
Overwatch and
before you-"
move back, yeah.
I'd like to just see him like move back. You can move like before you're charged, you can
Yeah, Overwatch and move D6
on a
back.
free plus that unit can move D6 inches
Yeah,
in
Dark
any
Strider was
direction.
So you can get out of the charge range.
Yeah, so they can potentially ignore, like, get away from charges. I think that would be kind of cool. Because a lot of armies have, like, access to, like, extra, pluses to charges, reroll charges. I think they're too reliable. And on a smaller board, you're going to be getting across the table much quicker now. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, in the Tau Fluff, they are the ultimate guerrilla strike and retreat army. Which makes sense. It's basically what Tau would do, right?
Barry says, according to that, Devin wants to paint 100 crypt.
Nope. That's gonna be your job.
Probably me, because I'm the guy. Yeah, it'll be me, unfortunately. Gene Sealer Cult strats probably need to get cheaper. I assume they probably will, as we've seen with a lot of
because
the.
they're a lot.
Well,
of
as we've seen with a lot of
CP.
the Blood Angel strats, most of their strats are 1 CP.
But a lot, guys, if you notice a trend, a lot of strats for deep striking in and getting reliable charges are gone.
Yes.
So it'd be funny to see what that means
Well,
for
I think the
GSC.
problem right now is the way you build your Tau army used to be like multiple tabs to get you a lot of CP for their strats. Same with Gene Sealer Cult. Now you've got a set number of CP. Now the strats start
Yeah,
to
now
look
the more
expensive
detachments
again.
you make that will take, you lose CP rather than gain CP.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think, their strats
Oh
will
yeah,
come
Tau,
down.
it will make weird Tau army list building, right? Because you've got the commander limitation, you cannot take multiple detachments anymore because it's
Yeah.
too expensive, and
Yep.
the stratagems are like scarce. It's
Yeah,
like,
and GSC is the exact same, man. They used to take like 3 detachments to have 18 command
Good.
points.
you know what that means? I don't have to learn them until they released again, so I can just play with a peace of mind. Because I never learned what they do, I just lost to them.
What Tau?
No. Well, Tau is simple enough.
GSC.
GSC.
Yeah, GSC, man.
Gene
Jim-
Sealer Cult could really do with some like range support that isn't God.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of cool for them. I think they should be getting something like more dedicated for their range support, so they don't have to play the.
But I've got the feeling.
I'm literally
See,
only effective when
I've got the
I'm
feeling
in
that-
like
that was the
12
beauty.
inches of view because they're not the most resilient models.
Yeah.
But that's
their
the
problem.
beauty of the GSC, I thought, that they don't have the shooting support, or if they do, it's guard. But they come out and they just play you. They just go in right into your face. They do the mission, they kill you, and if they don't, they lose.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was the beauty because if it was played well, you just like it was like James Mackenzie. It was like a cold-blooded killer. He would just smile at you, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come out here 3 inches away, then that dies, and I won." And I'm like,
Yeah. I think I would still like them to see them be the army good players.
"Yeah,
Do
it's like an
well with-
ultimate
Yeah.
ambush tricky army that you have to know what you're doing."
Yeah. I had quite a lot of games. I had quite a lot of games against Gene Sealer Colts, against James Mackenzie, and mostly against Higgy. Actually, I played Tom Higginbottom a lot with his GSC, and we
Look
had
at-
some really close games.
Look
They
at
were
what
really
Ash
really
says.
good.
I think Ash is right.
They should have a unit that has like 30, that has like thermal lances. They shoot 30 inches twice, maybe toughness 5, 3 wounds. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds broken.
Yeah, I think so, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. They shouldn't give that to any army, if I'm
Yeah.
honest.
Eradicults, they should call them.
Radicals.
Eradicals. Yeah, they should be the Eradicult.
Yeah.
I
Gene
think
melters.
That's a cool name for them. Yeah. That'd be really cool.
And imagine with the record as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah. Well, guys,
The whole
I think that.
last question before we do this. This will be the last question, so Waz got it in just in time. The whole 1 inch from the wall rule. Now everybody knows that
It's a very
people here don't like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to reference it to my guy in and out of chat. Where is it referenced to in the rule book FAQ? We can't seem to find it. Do you know where?
Where is it referenced in the rule book / FAQ?
So the 1 inch from the wall.
Find it.
Rule,
Oh
where is the rule book?
no, it's just it's not in the rule book. It's just like something that you think about to grasp because you have to get within engagement range of someone to be able to fight them and get a charge off.
Within an inch.
But if I am bang on 1 inch away from the inside of a wall and you have a 32-inch base model, it can't get inside the wall because there's only a 1 inch gap between my model and the wall, and a 32mm base is slightly bigger than an inch.
So the model
you can't come inside the wall.
So
you
it can't go within an
physically get
inch
in.
because it can't fit. So
You
it
can't get
can't
an
fight.
inch. So you can't fight. Yep, that's it. You can't physically get within an inch, so you can't charge. That's why the rule is there. It's not like a rule.
Yeah.
It's just like this is a way to play the rule.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be an inch. Like you say, I'm more than an inch away because that's the minimum you can be. But you can effectively move further away depending on the base size. So if someone cannot fit their base between you and the wall, you can be 2 inches away if someone has a big wall and can get through the wall.
Yeah, a good example would be something like
Centurions.
Assault
Centurions on massive bases.
Wraiths,
Stuff like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
So it's just the way of annoy people.
Yeah.
And
So it's
stay
that
safe.
kind of thing, bro.
Yeah, because the model has to be within an inch to be engaged in range, and if they can't physically get their model within an inch, they can't fight. So that's why you have an inch from the wall, because they can't physically fit.
It's like advanced social distancing.
They're all tier 2.
Yeah.
It's 40k tier 2.
Yeah.
It's social distancing from the wall.
I think that's it, guys. I think we're done now.
That's it, guys. We've taken a lot of your time, but thank you very much for watching, guys. Really hope you guys have enjoyed this, and we will, of course, be back next week with another one. But, guys, tomorrow, a new battle report will be dropping, of course, Elite only. The reason why it's dropping tomorrow is because we are changing the schedule now, because from this weekend, we will be dropping an Elite battle report and a Freeview battle report every week. So now the Elite battle reports will be released every Tuesday evening, because the Freeview ones will drop on a Saturday. So, you know, we're spacing out a bit more so you guys get even more content. You can watch a battle report on a Saturday and watch another one on a Tuesday because you're Elite members. So tomorrow, guys, watch out. We've got a really cool battle report tomorrow. Dan's using his awesome Armiger army. He's just got 12 Armigers. So that's really, really cool. And I'm using a pure Catachan army. So it's really, really cool. And it's, guys, it gets nail-bitingly close. Like, you got to watch that to the end. It's a really, really cool game.
Really good report.
Yeah, really, really cool game. So I hope you guys enjoy that when it drops tomorrow. And we'll see you again next week with another one. See you later, guys.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
You dabbed too early.
Oh, Dan.